And we are live. Welcome, everybody. Coast to coast stream. We got David's Horrors in the house. A couple of other people may be stopping by in a bit. Looks like Haddonfield Slasher is chillaxing. Actually, we got 0 people watching
Yeah,
currently.
he was
Oh,
in.
there's one.
Nice.
There's one. We got one. Uh, anyway, yeah. Did you watch anything cool this week?
I've kind of taken a break from horror. I've been
What?
watching. Yeah, well, I
Gross.
did. I did watch Don't Breathe 2. I got the 4K and watched it again.
Ooh, what'd you think?
I like it. I think it's in some ways better than the first one. I don't know.
I've heard a few people say that.
My cat's driving me crazy.
I prefer the first one, but I did like the second one quite a bit.
I just like that it's not in one location. It's kind of out and about.
It is, and I actually really like movies that are all just like in a single location. Um, so I guess I like that about the first one too. But I did quite enjoy the second one.
Yeah, there are a few sequels that I prefer over the original. I like the Strangers Pray at Night more than the first one.
That one's it's a little more slasher, straightforward slasher.
Yeah,
Uh, I like that one a lot too.
but I do still prefer the original Quiet Place over the sequel, even though I did like the sequel.
Yeah, me too. But actually, a lot of people prefer the sequel on that one.
And it was good. I still like the original better.
Yeah. I watched a few pretty cool movies. Well, I watched Lamb.
Uh,
Have you heard anything about Lamb?
I have not seen it. I saw the trailer for it and it didn't appeal to me at all. But
You would probably hate it. It's not really a horror movie. It's bizarre. It is bizarre. It's kind of surreal in some ways.
I saw
Um,
Jen's reviews from the grave. The title of her video was uh, "Lamb Is It the Greatest Comedy" or something like that.
I actually haven't watched her review of it. I'd be interested to check that out. Did she like it?
I don't know. I didn't watch it. She said it was a comedy more than a horror movie. I don't know.
It's not actually. It's kind of sad. Uh, but it's kind of so like bizarre and ludicrous in certain ways that I guess you could consider it sort of like a comedy in some ways.
Yeah.
But that was a weird one. I did like it. I felt like the third act was a little lacking. Like it could have concluded better. But overall, I was engrossed in it and I liked it. I like weird shit, so it's kind of art house weird.
Yeah. I did watch that special on Shutter, Behind the Monsters. It was about Candyman.
Oh, cool.
That's pretty good. And then I got the Alien 40th anniversary 4K and I watched it.
Oh, that's one of my favorite 4Ks. It looks
Yeah,
great.
it does, looks good. I don't think mine's in Dolby though, because the sound wasn't really all that impressive, but
Hmm.
it was still good.
Mr. Dan in the house. What's up, Mr. Dan? Um, yeah, that's. I think that's probably. If someone said, "What is like your favorite 4K release?" I'd probably say that one. I just think it looks so good.
I would have to say The Shining. It looks really good.
Shining also looks very good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I want to say maybe Alien was a bigger upgrade. I think when the 4K came out, in my opinion. But I mean, they're both amazing, obviously.
Yeah.
Phil in the chat. What's up, Phil?
Hey, Phil.
I also watched a movie called The Deep House, which just came out this week.
Oh, is that the one underwater one?
Yeah, it's like
Really?
it was cool, man. I liked it.
Yeah.
It's the same director that did Inside, the French director. And it's basically an underwater haunted house movie, which is kind of a really interesting, cool concept.
Yeah, it looked good. I meant to watch it. Is it streaming somewhere
It's streaming illegally,
or?
and I think you can watch it like above board if with some kind of subscription service on Amazon. I'm not sure. I'll definitely. I mean, I do watch some illegal streaming stuff, but I also buy like physical copies when they're available. I just
Yeah.
am impatient.
Yeah. I watched one tonight called Infinite with Mark Wahlberg.
Hmm. Haven't haven't really heard of that one. I don't think.
It's basically a movie about reincarnation, and he's
Oh,
he's
I remember the trailer for that.
yeah, it was actually pretty good.
It's like I saw the trailer was like him being interrogated or some shit,
Yeah,
and like he's like confused about like his identity, or the other people know his identity, he doesn't, or something.
yep, yep. It was pretty
It
good.
looked interesting.
Yeah,
Mr. Dan concurs. Inside is great. I agree with that. Enjoy that one quite a bit. Have you seen Inside, David?
I don't think I have. What's the premise?
It's the premise is it's a French extreme horror movie like High Tension. And the premise is that there's a pregnant lady in her house on Christmas Eve. I believe it's Christmas Eve. And there is a stranger terrorizing her. So that's it's like a kind of like a home invasion movie, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it is brutal as fuck in like in a good way. It's pretty extreme, kind of over the top in some ways, but I did love it. Oh yeah, and Phil's mentioning the Section 9 from Second Sight. Uh, that's a great movie, and that set looks badass, man. I saw that on Instagram or Facebook, one of those.
Yeah, I think
They
I
were
saw it on Instagram.
coming out. Ben Grimm in the house. He says the Inside Guys did the Leatherface movie, also not good. I concur with that. That's my least favorite of the franchise.
The original Leatherface or the remake?
No, the recent one,
Uh,
like the prequel.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, that movie just I wasn't a big fan. But I've seen most of the other. I think all of the other movie that the Inside Guys. Inside was a directing team, so the Deep House is just one of the people. But um, uh, they've done a few other movies, and I pretty much like them for the most part. Hey, Internet Eric in the house. Lake Placid in the background. That's a fun one.
yeah. Very foul mouthed Betty White.
Yeah. I saw that in the theater, and it was a really fun time.
Yeah, that was a fun movie. There's what, like two or three sequels to that now?
I don't think I've seen any of the
Yeah, I
sequels.
haven't either, but I think there's at least two.
Yeah.
So Ben says that Deep House was just meh for him.
I can see that. I like the concept a lot, and I thought like the it's kind of weird, but like the sort of the atmosphere of it was really cool. Like for me, there was some. I would recommend it to anyone who likes sort of haunted house movies. Um, I wasn't it. It's the ending subverted my expectations a little, which I thought was interesting. Um, but yeah, I mean, I could understand that. It wasn't like a masterpiece per se, but I did enjoy it quite a bit.
I did watch the Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. I didn't like it that much.
No,
No,
what was your sort of critique of it?
I'm just really not a fan of shaky cam type movies, found footage.
I mean,
There's
that was pretty like because they were filming a documentary, so it wasn't super shaky.
no, I don't know. It was kind of all over the place because at first you think it's a ghost story, and then you see demons, and then at the end that guy's just like walks out of the barn, and it's just like it didn't know what it wanted to be.
I mean, the same with Paranormal Activity. That's sort of
Yeah,
it's like a demon haunting franchise,
yeah,
basically.
yeah. I've only seen the first Paranormal Activity movie. I
Oh,
have
okay.
the set. I haven't watched the other ones, but I hear the first three are pretty solid, and then the ones after that are kind of
I
meh.
actually didn't like the second two sequels. I liked the marked ones, and then I liked Next of Kin. Uh, by the way, Haddonfield Slasher in the house. Ben Grimm says he liked Next of Kin. He liked the setting, and I agree. I like the setting a lot, and the sort of there's it's like that movie defies laws. There's one scene in particular that's like an impossibility that just like makes no logical sense. That if you can't get past, then you're like, what? But I sort of just like accepted it for being a little silly. And overall, like Ben Grimm said, I liked the setting and the atmosphere of it. Um, so I looked past some certain things. I don't really want to spoil it, but there is like I'll just say there's a few scenes where there's uh, they sort of go like spelunking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's this isn't really a spoiler, but they're spelunking and there's like a winch, right? That needs to be operated by a second person, and then later on in the movie, like some dude just goes solo down the thing with like the winch like magically, and they never mention it. So I think it's just like I was just like, okay, that makes no sense, but I'm down. I'm digging it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Did that jump out at you, David?
It didn't.
Okay.
But now as you pointed out, I
Yeah,
remember the scene you're talking about.
yeah, because I mean, it
She's
makes like
going down and he's helping her down, and
the
later
first
on he
time, yeah,
goes.
she's going down, he's helping her
Yeah.
down, and then he goes down, and there's no one helping him down, and like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then like it's like there's like suspenseful moments later about like, oh shit, what's going on up there? Can someone actually get him up in time? And it's like,
Yeah.
why don't you just have your magic helper do it, dude?
Yeah.
But I did like it overall. I would say. Uh, yeah, and then I watched the Halloween episode of Forged in Fire last night. Do you ever watch that show?
Mm-mm.
I like that show. It's kind of like an episodic, like every episode is a blacksmithing competition. It's on the History Channel. Uh, and the Halloween episode was fun. I like spooky shit like that. What can I say?
Ben says he liked the sidekick. He was the comedic sidekick. And
The tall dude.
yeah, it kind of reminded me of Tom Green.
I see that. He like physically he reminded. Have you seen the movie Where?
Uh-uh.
He kind of reminded me of like the sort of the dude in that. There's like a kind of a big guy. Where was a cool movie? WER. Uh, it's an interesting take on a werewolf movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I liked it. And I'd recommend it. But yeah, Ben Grimm says the gimmick this time was slow mo, but they only use it for a second, and it's kind of used pretty weird, to be honest. Like they bring it up early in the story, like, oh, we got this. It's like burst mode, so you get like super slow motion, and then like they they randomly kind of use it later in like a scene or two, and it's like, who's editing? Like, I don't know. It almost can take you out of it because you're like, who is there? Someone like doing like post production on this fucking thing, like figuring out where they want to put the slow mo. Also, there's some shots in there that are like not found footage, and then
Yeah.
there's sound design, like jump scare, where there's like sound design that's not in the actual world itself. So kind of weird in those ways. And those happened before the wench scene, so I was like, okay, whatever, I'm on board. It's cool. I don't know. I still liked it. I'd like to give it a watch again. Uh, it wasn't really directly related to Paranormal Activity, though. I don't
Yeah,
think in any
that's
way.
Phil and I were talking about that. I mean, it's like they made the movie and decided to just slap the Paranormal Activity tag on it or title on it.
I feel like they did that with Open Water Shark Dive or whatever it was called.
I haven't seen that either.
Maybe it was Open Water Uncaged or something. That was like I like the premise of it. It's basically like these people are going on like a shark diving expedition, where they get in the cage and go hang out with great whites, and it's like cool and everything. But then there's like an event, and so they end up like their boat sinks, so they're basically just out in the open water, and there's sharks and shit. And it's found footage because they have like GoPros and stuff. I like the concept. I didn't love the execution because basically that movie, my critique would be that the characters were just like so unlikable. I didn't really want to spend any time with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ben Grimm says open water. Well, Haddonfield Slasher says France. France, that is a country. And then Ben Grimm says open water based on a true story. It is. I like the first open water movie a lot. Have you seen Open Water, David?
I have not.
It was a really cool, like, I think it came out in the early 2000s, and it was kind of marketed poorly because it was like marketed for Shark Week and all this stuff. So like, I think people were expecting like a shark filled movie, but it was based on a true story. These two scuba divers who get left by their diving party, and so they're just adrift in the open water. Um, but it was like a real small independent film, and I thought it was really well done. I did like that one quite a
Was
bit.
it like straight to DVD or I don't?
I think it got a theatrical release. I remember they were pushing it in on Shark during Shark Week, so it was in theaters. I didn't see it in the theater though. And then actually, Open Water 2, I think it was Open Water 2, was also pretty decent. It was basically like this a group of people are on a yacht out somewhere, and they sort of uh, are all swimming but are unable to get back into their boat. So it was another interesting take on it. I thought it was pretty good. Mr. Dan says first, Open Water was good, very unsettling. I agree with that. I would say like Open Water, it's really more like a sort of like a, I don't know, like a thriller drama. So like, I think that's what I was saying. It was marketed kind of like as a shark movie. There's a dorsal fin on the cover and everything, and there are sharks and whatnot, but it's really more about the dynamic of the couple and sort of like how they are like unraveling and whatnot. So it's sort of following them.
The last one I saw in theaters that was shark related was The Meg.
The Meg was definitely marketed like correctly.
Yeah.
I saw that with my friend Jess, and he loved it. I wasn't super sold on it, but I think it's a fun movie. I'm not sure what I was expecting. Hellbound in the house, by the way. What's up, dude? Meg was okay. What's your favorite shark movie that isn't Jaws?
That isn't Jaws. I liked what was it? Deep Deep Blue for the girls.
Yeah,
Ended
Deep Blue
on that.
Sea.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a good one. I saw that in the theater for like a few months. I saw the trailer and I was like, smart sharks? Hell yeah. And this is back when I didn't have any like horror friends or anything. Some of my friends didn't like the kind of movies I like necessarily. And I was just like so excited for it the whole time. And I dragged my girlfriend to the theater on opening night, and I had a blast. And I don't think she really liked it too much, but
I don't think it was
what
Deep
you
Blue
gonna do?
Sea. It wasn't Deep Blue Sea. It was I can't remember the actress's name. It was a blonde actress. She was surfing and
Oh, The Shallows.
yeah, The Shallows. Is that what it's
That
called?
one was okay. Rick in the house, by the way. What's up, Rick? Hola.
Yeah, that's it. The Shallows.
The Shallows was a little disappointing to me. Again, I guess I go see shark movies with my friend Jess, but we went and saw that in the theater, and the trailer looked really cool, and there was some really cool things about it. But the ultimate, like the ending with the shark, I mean, that's another like thing that makes no damn logical sense at all. So I was kind of not super sold on that, but what else? Mr. Bones in the house. What's up? Seth is saying Mako Jaws of Death. I don't think I've seen that one.
Sharknado.
I have seen Sharknado, the
I
first one.
haven't seen that one.
It's just you know what it is. If you go in watching it knowing what it is, it's actually a lot of fun. I remember like when I first was hearing people talking about it, like, oh, have you seen Sharknado? And in my mind, I was thinking NATO, like the yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is that? That sounds weird as shit. But now I've not seen Mr. Dan is saying Ghost Shark. I've not seen that, but I saw Ghost Shark 2, which was ridiculous. Ben Grimm, Nightmare Shark, basically Nightmare on Elm Street with the shark replacing Freddy. Even as a bathtub scene, okay, I can see that. House Shark, Rick is saying. So are these actually your guys' favorite shark movies that aren't like a Jaws movie? I mean, I could get behind that, but I mean, there's some really good other ones. I think mine is probably The Reef. I really like that one a lot. I thought it was done very well and very sort of like suspenseful. Had me sort of on the edge of my seat, even though I was laying down on my couch. It was like I got laying down on the edge of the couch. Yeah, Ben Grimm, 47 Meters Down Uncaged, the sequel, has been panned by a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, it was, I mean, that's another ridiculous one, but it was a fun movie. I will give it that. I like the first one too, actually. First one was pretty suspenseful. I like the general premise of being like sort of so close and secure and safe in a sense, but not just, you're not quite safe and secure. You know what I mean? You're in a cage, but you're running out of water. There's people that know you're missing and know where you're at, but can't get to you. I thought it was a good one.
Yeah, I saw the first one. I never saw the sequel though.
Did you like the first one?
Yeah.
John and the Heezy. What's up, dude?
John?
What's up?
We're talking shark movies, dude. What's your favorite shark movie that isn't Jaws?
The Shallows, Open Water, The Reef.
That's your favorite one, all three? The combo,
Jaws
like
2.
Triple feature?
Jaws 2?
No Jaws franchise.
Fuck. I don't know. I really like the Shallows a lot. I did like The Reef a lot. I thought Open Water was creepy as fuck. What's up, Rick? What's up, Seth? Mr. Bones? Ben Grimm? Hello, all.
I agree with you. I like The Reef a lot. And I thought Open Water was excellent.
Open Water was creepy. The second one was really good, too. I have never seen the third one.
The third one, Shark. Well, we were talking about that a little earlier. Uncaged. Interesting premise. I just dislike the character so much that I didn't really want to spend a movie with them. And I also didn't mind when they died. I was like, okay, finally, fuck, come on.
Which movie are you talking about?
Open Water, Uncaged.
Oh, okay. How about 47 Meters Down?
I liked it.
Yeah, me too.
Did you like the sequel? Ben Grimm was a big fan of the sequel.
I think I bought the sequel, but I'd never seen it. Just like the other 8,000 movies I have that I haven't seen.
I got a pile of those.
Yeah.
I finally watched Irreversible, which was something I've been putting off for like a decade and a half or so.
And how did you like it?
I didn't like it, but it was a good film and it's interesting in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But I mean, ultimately, the thing is, like, Gaspar Noé set out to make a movie that had no catharsis for the viewer, was bleak, had no catharsis for the characters, and ultimately, like, was just like a cynical, like, uncomfortable movie that's meant to make you uncomfortable, and it succeeded. But at the end of the day, I was uncomfortable, and I had no like catharsis watching it. So, like, how am I supposed to like that?
I haven't. I'm looking forward to watching it.
But there was a lot of interesting conversation and discussion you could have about it.
Yeah. Was it? It's so that it's definitely worth watching then.
It's worth watching.
Yeah,
I was definitely like, I felt like the urge so hard to like fast forward through the rape scene because it just goes on for a long time. Like if it was, yeah, like even if I was watching a movie and it was any other scene, like I don't know, like a birthday cake cutting scene or some shit, there was just like sitting there watching that, I would want to fast forward it. But I mean, I know it's like such a big part of the movie that I sort of suffered through the entire thing just because I felt like that was the thing to do.
That was like literally the only thing that I even knew about that movie.
That's not even the most brutal part, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I got one.
There's like, Yeah, it's told in reverse, right? So let's say it just starts like in the opening scenes. There is like one scene in particular that I thought was like just brutal as fuck and really pretty well done. As far as like practical effects goes. So it felt very believable and it was fucking disturbing.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
Let's see. Ben Grimm was saying,
I watched one of Seth's videos. I can't remember if I watched it this morning or if I watched it yesterday. His Cannibal Ferox video.
"Oh yeah,
I got a kick out of that. I love his videos, man.
Is that the one he did?
Yeah,
with
they
his
are
wife?
good.
Or he's like,
What's that, David?
Is that the one with his wife where he's trying everything to avoid watching it? Yeah.
Yeah, she's fighting the Necronomicon and the whole way. It's fucking great, man.
Checking in periodically, like, are you started the review yet? He's
Did you review that movie yet? That was cool, man. Very good. His editing is fantastic. His videos are just great.
Let's see. Ben Grimm saying Babadook for him is kind of like irreversible, or no, I don't know. Maybe he's talking about the open water where the kid, it just annoys him so much he can't hardly finish it.
I like the Babadook.
I mean, I did too. The kid is annoying, and he's meant to be annoying.
But he's supposed to be annoying.
Yeah.
I feel
it's got to be the depiction of him driving his mom fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it's great. What's up, David?
I feel like Ben. I mean, I watched the entire movie, but I almost turned it off because the kid was just so annoying.
Oh, the Babadook?
Yeah.
The Babadook, Duck.
Yeah.
I watched that movie the weekend it came out. I didn't know anything about it. I'd never heard about it. I just saw it and I was like, oh, Babadook. Okay, let's do this. It's got a cool looking cover. I didn't know a goddamn thing about it. And it was much better than I thought it was going to be.
Here's a movie I never hear anybody ever talking about. Did either of you ever see Good Night, Mommy?
Yeah, I got that. I like that one.
I love that movie.
It's not ringing any bells.
It's very good.
It is good. It's
nice
it's
twist
creepy too. Yeah,
it's creepy.
It's creepy, and there's it's another one of these. It's like a single location style movie.
Yeah,
which I like, where you sort of see this story play out between a mom and her two sons.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen that one. Yeah, it's got the twins from Insidious 2, right? Or Sinister 2. Yeah.
Were there twins in Sinister 2?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Sinister is great.
Sinister is great.
Sinister is great.
Was it Sinister 2, the one where the woman's like living at a farmhouse and she's restoring like a chapel?
Yeah,
and
I don't think there was twins in that. There's brothers.
Okay. Maybe
I know I've seen Sinister 2, but I very clearly don't remember it very well.
Okay. Maybe I'm just confusing those twins.
Calvary?
Good night, Mommy.
What's Rick talking about? Calvary? I've never seen that.
That sounds familiar. Let me see. If I can.
Calvary, is it called The Ordeal?
Ben, did you by any chance watch my haul video today?
I have not watched any YouTube today.
I just watched it.
Was it a good haul? Oh, look at you.
I bit the bullet and bought that goddamn thing on Blu-ray.
I thought you already had that.
I did, but not on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
I found a used copy of it at FYE on standard definition probably about a year ago. And every time I go to FYE now, I'm looking at that Blu-ray going, am I buying this thing? Do I want to buy this or not? No, I don't want to buy it, but I bought it.
That's the next one that I've been putting off for like a decade.
It's not the easiest watch in the world.
No. I think it's probably I feel like Irreversible is maybe grounded a little more in reality than that one, you know what I mean? So it's like it feels a little more real, whereas Serbian Film might feel a little more theatrical.
Oh, it's rough. It's rough.
Is that the one with the baby scene?
Yeah.
I've not seen it.
You don't need to see it.
I don't think
You're not missing anything. I don't know why. I have a copy of it if you want it.
I mean, oh, by the way, do we like this view or do we like this view?
I don't care.
That's fine.
Let me know in the chat which view do you guys prefer, the extreme close up or this one? I always like this one because I can just see you guys a little better. But I don't know.
You get a better view of that Godzilla behind you in the other view.
Yeah,
that is true. But it was also there was Godzilla Day this week, guys.
I saw that. Was that yesterday?
I think it was Tuesday.
I don't remember. But I know. Well, goddamn. I guess I must have found out about it late because my days it definitely ain't bleeding together that bad. I don't think yesterday was Tuesday.
So why is it the 2nd of November? Is that any significance or?
That was the release of the original movie.
Okay, that makes sense.
Um,
I'll be doing shit that makes sense.
Rick is, yeah, Rick. Just no spoilers, but on your previous fire extinguisher comment, yeah, that was brutal as fuck. That's what I was talking about earlier. And I have not seen Calvert. Is that
I've never heard of it.
I have heard of it. I'll have to look. I'll have to check it out.
I got a big ass mess on my desk from opening shit. Pardon the noise.
Ew, so crinkly.
I was opening all the shit that Brad sent me from Wild Eye and opening the stuff that I got in my haul video today. I think I'm officially done buying myself shit until after Christmas.
Yeah, I think Seth asked if you'd watched any of those Wild Eye movies yet, John.
What's that?
Seth was asking if you'd watched any of those Wild Eye movies.
All I've done today was clean my basement, put up LED lights. My son got a puppy, so I've been playing with him. I've done nothing today. Nothing. Nothing as far as watching movies or anything real. Edited a video, just bullshit all day.
Is it a Jack Russell?
It is.
Cute.
And his name is Jack.
Oh.
His name was Rocco, but I think Janae persuaded him to change the puppy's name to Jack.
Why didn't they change? Is his middle name Russell at least?
His middle name is Kurt.
It's not Cody? Jack Cody Russell? That'd been good.
Why? I wonder, like, are those named after like an actual dude named Jack Russell? Is that like did he like invent them or some shit?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Michael wanted him because he wanted a dog that was high energy, that would want to play all the time. He's had him home for probably around 30 hours, and the dog's already driving him fucking crazy.
I mean, they're cute. I do like Jack Russells.
He's absolutely free. As soon as I looked at him, I was like, well, of course he's got to be here because look at how goddamn cute he is.
Yeah. Mr. Dan's sick, dude. I hope you're feeling better soon. But at least you get to watch movies all day.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Other than being sick.
I mean, I watched a lot of movies in October, guys.
I watched not a lot at all.
I watched like multiple movies every day.
You know what I did watch a lot of, though, is The Sopranos. Because I got my ass hooked back on The Sopranos, and it was awful, the amount of time I was spending watching The Sopranos.
I haven't watched that series in a while, but it would be a good one to revisit. It would also be like a nostalgia-filled one to revisit, I think, as well.
I loved it. It was the first time I've watched it all the way through, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it to death. The end was kind of abrupt, but as a whole, I thought it was one of the best series I've ever watched. I loved it.
It's a good one.
Prequel?
Yeah.
I have not watched the prequel yet.
Yeah, I haven't either.
But it's supposed to be pretty good, right?
I tried to watch it today. As soon as I got out of bed, I made my coffee and sat on the couch and started looking for it and found out that it was on HBO Max until October 31st.
Oh, it's gone now?
I just missed it. So I'm assuming that Ryan said he thinks it's in theaters. I didn't know it was in theaters at all.
It did get a theatrical release.
So he thinks in a couple months when it's done with all the theater run that it'll be back. But I literally got out of bed this morning and got dressed, came downstairs, turned on my coffee, and sat down and immediately was going to watch that, and I missed it by 6 days.
Yeah, I might have watched that during October if I knew it was going away. I just figured it was like, since it was like they had a deal to, show it. I figured it was just going to be an HBO movie. Like,
that's exactly what I thought. I mean, go figure. I went right to HBO and I was like, why is it not here?
I mean, are they doing that with Dune too? Because that's another one I haven't watched yet.
I watched Dune. That was actually pretty good.
I just saw today when I was looking for the many saints of Newark or whatever the hell it's called, that Dune is getting ready to leave HBO Max. So if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's getting ready to leave.
Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
I've not seen the original Dune, but I enjoyed this new one quite a bit. It's part 1 of part 2, so it's going to end and leave you hanging. But
I saw Dune on like Showtime or Cinemax or Prism when Stars was called Prism when I was like really, really young. Mm-hmm. And I don't even remember it. I watched it back in like Blade Runner, Road Warrior days, like the original run of those movies on cable.
Yeah.
I watched it back then, and I don't remember none of that shit.
I've seen pieces of it, but I've never sat down and watched it from start to finish. I know Sting's in it, right?
That's the only thing I really remember is that Sting is in that movie. That's all I remember.
And Kyle MacLachlan, is that his name?
I don't know.
And that movie is famously had a very troubled sort of production. It was David Lynch, and I guess he was unable to make the movie he wanted to make because of like studio stuff. So I know that there was a lot of buzz when it came out because the book was popular. And I remember seeing it in the 80s. And I mean, I wasn't really super sold on it. Like the production design, sort of like the world building was pretty cool. There was like cool little sandworms and shit. But I mean, I don't know.
Mr. Dan said that he saw it in the movie theater.
I saw a lot of Star Wars similarities in that movie.
Yeah. So if Mr. Dan saw Dune in the movie theater, he is roughly our age. I always gauge things on what people say. He's got to be about our age.
Patrick Stewart. I don't remember Patrick Stewart in it.
Yeah, so was Max von Sydow, Father Merrick from The Exorcist.
And I actually like Arrow just put out like a 4K limited edition that I didn't pick up. I don't know if I'll regret that or not, but
Brad Dourif's in it too.
I would like to rewatch it again. Maybe I will pick it up while it's still available. Mr. Dan says a few years older than you.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't remember that one too well, but I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like Waterworld, like got sort of panned when it first came out, but has since developed like a sort of a, I don't know, bigger following. Maybe I'll appreciate it more now as an adult or some shit.
What is coming out in theaters next? You guys may know. Other than Scream. I know Scream is like January, right?
Ghostbusters.
Oh, that's right. That's Thanksgiving, right?
The 19th.
Okay. I do want to go see that. I was never the biggest Ghostbusters fan in the world, but I'm very curious about this one.
Is Antlers out already?
Antlers is already out.
I saw opening night. I saw Antlers.
Did you like it?
Yes, I liked it, but the first half is pretty damn slow enough that I literally fell asleep, and Michael had to nudge me. And I was like, dude, I'm almost bored out of my mind. And then it actually got pretty good.
I've heard some mixed reviews.
Yeah, the beginning, I'd say the first half is pretty dry, but the second half was pretty good.
I don't mind a slow burn.
I don't either. And you know what? I want to watch it again, very specifically because it may not have been as slow as I thought it was. I may have just been tired, which is real friggin' possible.
I can see that.
Yeah, but it was pretty cool. Some pretty cool effects in it. Definitely, you can tell it's a Guillermo del Toro project. You can tell. Yeah, it was pretty good.
I mean, it's one of these ones that's also been like pushed back and delayed, and so like I think there's a lot of anticipation about it from like horror fans, people that like Guillermo del Toro movies and whatnot.
And I said the exact same thing to Michael. I said I may have had that so built up in my mind that when I saw it, I was like, which is also very possible. But I as soon as we left the theater, I said to Michael, I said, I almost feel like I need to watch that movie again.
Did he like
Well,
it?
yeah, I mean, you missed the first
Michael loved it. Michael thought it was fantastic.
That Black Friday movie comes out, I think. Is it December or maybe?
I'm trying. Well, if it better come out in November, right?
Bruce Campbell?
Late November?
Maybe.
I still haven't watched the trailer for that. I forgot to watch it.
I don't know if I have either. It sounds familiar.
It looks fun.
There was I did watch the trailer for Morbius. I think that's supposed to come out next year, maybe.
That's one that's supposed to have been out this month, but it got delayed because of everything else.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good though.
Boom.
Yo.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
What's up, Cody?
What's going on? You hear me okay?
Yep.
Good.
We're just talking about upcoming movies.
What else is coming, man? Other than obviously Ghostbusters and Scream.
Terrifier.
Jeepers Creepers.
Resident Evil.
Terrifier 2 comes out in February.
But is that going to be in the theater? Is that going to get a theatrical release?
I don't know.
That would be pretty goddamn amazing if it did. I was just watching something about Terrifier last night. Oh, you know what it was, David? It was your video, David. That's what I was watching last night where you had a Terrifier thing in there. I can't even remember what video it was. It came out, I think, 4 days ago. Something horror movies or 31 days of horror movies or whatever.
Yeah. I watched 31 movies last month, and it was one I watched during the 4th week. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you played. There was like a pretty significant chunk with Art the Clown in it.
Yeah.
And I was watching it last night. I was like, you know what? I haven't watched that in a while. I need to watch Terrifier again.
I'm a little concerned about the sequel to that. I think they might fuck it all up, but we'll see. I'm not going to go in with high expectations, even though I really like the first one. I don't think I'm going to like it as much as the first one, because I think it's a much longer story, and it's supposed to like divulge a lot of information about Art the Clown as well. So like, I'm a little concerned that they're going to over-explain him in a way that I don't like. You know?
Yeah. Try to give him an origin story. And
we don't need
Art. There'll be an Art the Clown superworm, and
exactly.
Art the Clown goes to hell.
The first half of it's gonna be held in space as he's like an Art the Clown worm.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill people, he's gonna smash their face on the counter.
Yeah. To possess people, and they'll just walk around with the horn, no outfit.
Crawl out of a candy cane or cotton candy cocoon and all that stuff. Yeah.
David, what the hell did you do to your hand?
Yeah.
I fell on Halloween night and cut myself on my hand and hyperextended it and
nice.
sprained it pretty bad.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah. Dressed as Art the Clown. Tying it all back together.
Did you
Was
get
that
any
your
blood?
horn hand too?
Huh?
Was that your horn hand?
It was, actually.
Damn it.
Did you get any blood splattered on yourself?
No, I didn't.
Nah, shit.
Yeah, I had the bicycle horn, then I had a trash bag in the other hand, so
They delayed that 6-scale Art the Clown figure again too.
I know. I got an email notification about it.
Has anybody received any kind of notification about their American Werewolf in London stuff? The NECA stuff?
No.
Or the
I talked to after Phil's message earlier, I messaged my toy store to see if they were going to get Halloween Kills. And they said, we've been charged for it. They've been shipped, but they're not here yet. They let me know. And then that they're expecting the nightmare demons, but they haven't heard about the Kessler wolf yet.
Christ. What's going on with the Halloween kill stuff? What did Phil say? I haven't been looking at my phone all day.
It's hit some
Someone posted on Instagram that they got their Halloween kills NECA figure already.
at Target, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I guess I'll be on the lookout.
I ordered mine from Big Bad Toy Store. I haven't got any shipping notification yet.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about those American Werewolf in London things. I thought that the Nightmare Demons were supposed to come out. Wasn't the 40th anniversary in September?
I thought those did come out.
They did.
They're out.
Eric has one over at Last Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No shit. Well, I haven't received a notification. I haven't received a damn thing.
Did you order it from Big Bad Toy Store? Because they're slackers.
They're slow.
Yeah, I ordered 4 of them from them.
Yeah, August Dawn was the anniversary, I think.
Yeah.
You ordered 4 so you can have them like all this on display.
Yeah, because I don't spend enough money on this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got 5 just as a backup too.
I was thinking about it just in case like I lost a hand.
Yeah. I mean,
I wasn't going to say it.
I think. I mean, what if they would have released them all individually? Do you think that would have been better than if they just did like one with all the heads?
I would have that. The way I looked at it is, I want all 4 of them. If they released all 4 of them individually, I would have bought all 4 of them. So why not buy 4 of them anyway and just make all 4 of them?
Yeah. I mean, hey man, you don't have to convince me. I'm down. Yeah. buy 4, man.
I got this.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Nice.
Where'd you get him?
You guys,
Hot Topic.
have you guys seen the Halloween 2 Michael Myers coming from Mezco 112?
No.
The face doesn't look very good, in my opinion.
Yeah, I saw that too. I didn't think it would.
It doesn't look like the Dick Warlock Michael Myers.
Which I'm okay. I'm not really all that crazy about the Dick Warlock look.
Kind of like a wide face.
Yep.
I did watch Halloween 2 in 4K on Halloween.
Doesn't look.
Did you like it?
It looks great.
No.
I watched 2018 and Kills back to back.
I mean, I had already done that earlier in the month. I think it's a pretty good double feature. I think well, we'll see what they do with the last one, but when the last one comes out, I mean, you're gonna have to watch 4 fucking movies in a row every Halloween or some shit now, right? I guess I don't know, Kills. A lot of people didn't like Kills.
I liked it.
I liked it, but I wasn't crazy about it. I think that's another one I feel like I need to watch like 2 or 3 more times just to like emblazon that into my psyche. Because I wasn't. What's that?
I had a good time watching.
Yeah, I thought it was good, but I was disappointed. Ben Grimm, watch Jaws in 4K.
Yeah, that's another good one. Blade Runner, Final Cut 4K is great.
Shining in 4K is great too.
Which one, David?
Shining.
Yeah, Shining, another great one.
Dracula's good in 4K.
I
still haven't watched Silence of the Lambs yet. I have the Criterion, and I hear that it's really not that much of a difference between that and the 4K.
I have ordered Videodrome from Criterion today.
I got that.
I've never seen Videodrome.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, you should get it.
It's been since the 80s since I've seen it.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Recently
saw something where they were talking about that movie.
I don't know.
In Search of Darkness.
Yeah.
They were talking about that in there. That's become my new background noise. Whenever I'm doing something, I just want to put something on. I put In Search of Darkness on.
I did that when I was working. I was like on the background, like while I was doing a bunch of design shit. Anger says 4K Midsommar looked incredible. Fuck yeah, dude.
That movie's crazy.
I mean, Hereditary is beautiful too.
Yeah.
Hereditary was the first 4K I ever bought. And I bought it before I had a 4K player.
Ben, was that director's cut of Midsommar 4K?
Yes.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
I did not get Hereditary in 4K yet, but I definitely want to. I've actually been on the lookout for that.
Yeah, that was the first one I got before I had a 4K player.
Hereditary? Hereditary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked the movie so much, and it came with a Blu-ray. I was like, fuck, of course I'm going to get it in 4K. At some point, I'll get a player.
Yeah.
And I did, and it was great. Dylan says he needs a 4K player. I'm actually surprised at how many people don't have 4K players.
It is surprising.
I got the player, not the TV.
It was the same thing with the TVs. When they first came out, very few people had them. Now most people have those TVs.
Like there's a Steve 80s film fan. He's a YouTuber, but he doesn't really make videos anymore. But we're still like Facebook friends, and I follow him on Instagram as well. And he's got a huge collection and doesn't have a 4K player. And I was like, really? You don't have a 4K player? That's crazy. He had just gotten some like 4K release, and I was like, oh, it looks great in 4K. And he's like, I don't have a 4K player. And I'm like, really, dude? You got like how many thousands of movies? I'm like so surprised, because they're kind of, I don't know.
My next major purchase that I would like to make is a 4K projector and get like a 4K and all region player from my theater, because my TV in my living room, it's a 4K TV with HDR, and that's where I have my 4K player is up there, my all region player is up there, because that's where I spend most of my time is upstairs. But I would like to upgrade my my entire theater to all region and 4K. It's just those goddamn projectors are expensive.
Yeah, check out the prices. They're from $500 and upwards.
Yeah, they're expensive. Oh, that's $500 is not that bad now. They were like the lowest end model you could get for, and I'm talking like Sony, like a decent projector was like $5K for like the cheap one. So if it's dropped down to like $500 to $1,000, that's not awful.
Actually, no, it's not. I did a Google search and it showed one for $500, but 4K.
The TV I'm looking at is about 2K, 1800 to 2K. So I'll get there.
Yeah. The prices on 4K TVs have significantly decreased.
Yeah. All along I've been wanting to get the OLED.
They're beautiful, man.
And they were $3,500 or $4,000 for a while, and they keep dropping $500 or $600 a year. So the longer I wait, the better.
At some point, they'll be paying you to take one, dude.
Maybe.
Yeah, they'll be like,
I'll go
like
for that.
$300. Take this TV.
I've got a 65-inch TCL Roku, and it's only $500, and it's 4K.
Yeah.
It's been a good TV so far. I'll never.
We got Sam one.
Gosh.
I forget the brand name of Sam's. It might be a Samsung even, but it's like a 42 or 48 inch 4K.
Yeah.
And I think it was like $340 or something. It's really cheap. Well, what I missed?
We talked about upcoming movies. We talked about extreme horror.
Yeah, we talked about Irreversible and Serbian film.
Shark movies.
Talk about what we've been watching. What did you watch lately, Cody?
What have I watched? Not much of nothing. I watched Wizard of Oz 2 nights in a row.
Nice, scary as shit.
The girls had their play, so last night and tonight we went and saw it, and I watched a little bit of Boston Legal. And I don't think I've thrown a movie in all week, hardly. Or nothing I can remember, anyway.
I've fallen asleep watching Halloween Kills either 2 or 3 times this week.
She just keeps coming back.
I'm gonna grab my pizza. Back in a second.
Okay. I got it on that thing that Phil gave us the code for or whatever. I bought Halloween Kills. I put it on 2 or 3 times, and I keep falling asleep like in the same Anthony Michael Hall standing on stage spot.
I've got
Pretty early.
I've got it
20 minutes.
I've got it on disc now because my father-in-law downloaded it and burned me a disc.
How's it look?
It looks all right.
Good.
Probably pretty near Blu-ray quality, I would say.
Yeah.
Starts off with the Peacock logo, so it came from them apparently.
Yeah. Same thing on the thing that Phil gave us, the cinema, whatever the hell that is. It starts off with the Peacock logo. I just put on the ribbons.
We did watch, I think last Sunday night or Monday night, we watched Free Guy, the new Ryan Reynolds movie. That was fun.
Yeah.
Janae and Michael went and saw that, and they both loved it.
Yeah. I like him.
Overlord's awesome. The opening sequence to Overlord is just fantastic. I recently bought that on 4K. They had it at Best Buy, like it wasn't expensive at all. It was like $12 or something like that.
I got it on 4K for $7.
Yeah, it wasn't expensive.
Like 2 Black Fridays ago or something at Walmart.
Yeah.
It was a real good deal.
Like a war movie, then turns into like a zombie.
Yeah. Kurt Russell's son's in it.
Okay, yeah.
It's a good movie, man. This Black Friday, the only thing that I know that I want to look for is The Walking Dead Season 10 on Blu-ray. Usually Best Buy has those for next to nothing on Black Friday. So I'm waiting to buy it until after Black Friday because if they don't have it, then I'll bite the bullet and get it. But I wanted to wait to see. It's like $47. I don't want to spend $47. I want to spend $7.
I don't think I'm going to hit anywhere for Black Friday, but I'm going to go out for Record Store Day.
Are you?
I always go to Best Buy on Black Friday specifically for dirt cheap movies.
I go after the rush and see what's left.
Yeah.
I do that at Best Buy. But
I don't meander a lot on Black Friday. I usually go in there literally with a list in my phone. I go in there, open my phone, walk right to the movies and go down the list and find the shit and get the hell out of there.
So I think Beth said that the $15 record thing at Walmart starts on November 10th.
What are you talking about?
So Black Friday, was it last year? They put out a display of records, right? That were going to be $15 records for like a early Black Friday sale or something. But rather than just those records being included, every record in the store went on sale for $15.
Oh, no shit.
So I went over and I got Dark Side of the Moon for $15 instead of the regular $27 or whatever it is. And
now, as somebody who has not bought a record since like the late 70s or early 80s, how much does a record normally cost now? I know they're more expensive, like a lot more expensive than they used to be.
I'd say a single
$25 for an LP.
A single record, 20 to 25, maybe, depending on what it is.
Okay.
But then for that $15 deal too, Dave, his store had more than I did.
Yeah.
And you picked me up Eric Clapton and Creedence, and shipped me those, and The Mandalorian, because we gave that to Sam for Christmas.
Yeah.
You got for me.
Yeah, and I got Beth, like the Bon Jovi Crossroads, and a couple other ones I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, you. I think you picked up the Guns N' Roses Greatest Hits, and I passed on it, and I've regretted it.
Yeah.
But I've got Illusion 1 and 2 now, so.
Yeah. So really, all you're missing is, well, I guess if you count the Chinese Democracy, whatever it was called.
Yeah, I might pick up Lies at some point. That's a good album. So
Wasn't there some one called the Spaghetti Incident or some shit?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
it had all it had. I thought I ever liked on that album was a cover of "Since I Don't Have You."
Yeah.
That was decent. But
Did it have "You Still Love Her"? Or is that?
That's on Lies, I think.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
I think.
Oh, "Used to Love Her." The electric version, I think, is on Appetite, and then the acoustic is on Lies.
Okay.
Something like that. I like the acoustic best.
I was never the biggest Guns N' Roses guy. I liked Appetite a lot. I think that was just a game-changing record. It was just groundbreaking, like take over the world type of record when it came out. But I was never crazy about that. I saw them once. They were actually pretty good live.
Yeah. Use Your Illusion had that song from Terminator 2, and that was like that's all you saw on TV for like 6 months. And
yes, that
You Can Be Mine.
Yeah.
And Don't Cry, November Rain. And
Don't Cry is a great song too.
There's a lot on there.
Civil War.
Yep.
And their cover of Knocking on Heaven's Door, I always liked too, is on Illusion. I'm going out Black Friday, record store day, and I'm after Ghost of Mars and Willy's Wonderland if I can get it. That's my hope.
When is record store day?
The next one is Black Friday.
Okay.
So
I don't plan on going out this time.
I used to go to record store day when we actually had a local record store. I would go there every year. They would have it, and now that store is gone. So there's one store left, and it's in the mall. And it's not that wonderful of a store, especially if you don't collect friggin' records.
Yeah, the one I'm going to is down south in Evansville, about an hour and a half away from me.
Yeah.
And I'll see if they have it. If they don't, I can come home a slightly different direction that takes about 10, 15 minutes longer. And there's another record store I could hit on the way home.
Yeah.
So I think the Willy's Wonderland is just like 2,500 albums. And I'm not too sure how many Ghost of Mars there's going to be. So.
What kind of music is on Willy's Wonderland?
Kiddie kind of music. Like
Kitty, like the Canadian female death metal band?
No. Like kids music, like you would expect in a Showbiz Pizza or Chuck E. Cheese.
Because I like the Canadian Kitty.
Yeah, there's that part of it, and then there's just some guitar music that when Cage fights an animatronic that is a little bit reminiscent of some of like the fight scenes in Bubba Hotep.
Yeah.
Just, and then they fight. So
Michael watched Pulp Fiction today, and he absolutely loved it.
For the first time?
Yeah.
Nice.
Say what again? Yeah.
It's the one that says bad motherfucker on. Me and him watched True Romance like 2 weeks ago, and I almost had to twist his arm to get him to sit down and watch it based on being called True Romance. I was like, Michael, think about what you're saying. I said, do you think that I want to sit down and watch a love story called True Romance with my son? Sit down and watch the goddamn movie. And when it was maybe a quarter of the way into it, he leaned over, looked at me, and goes, yeah, I love it. It's like, this is pretty damn good.
It's a good show.
It's so good.
I haven't watched that in quite a while.
Oh, I love it.
That's got a good soundtrack, too.
That's my favorite Quentin Tarantino project, period, is True Romance. I love it.
I got to stick with Pulp Fiction, man.
I like Pulp Fiction a lot.
So good,
I like Reservoir Dogs a lot. But there's something True Romance, just for some reason that just hit home with me. I just love that movie.
Reservoir Dogs, for me, the scene where they're arguing over who's going to be named what. And the old man just says, "This ain't a fucking city council meeting, people."
Joe. That's a great movie, man. Why do I gotta be Mr. Pink?
The scene where they're trying to get Mr. Pink to pay the tip, he's like, "I'm not tipping her."
That a great ensemble cast, man.
He said, "I bought you goddamn breakfast. Pay the fucking tip."
Yeah, right there at the beginning, man. It just starts off, and when
so
Harvey
good.
Keitel snatches that tablet away from the old man, and he's like, I can't fucking take it. He goes, I got Madonna's big dick in this ear, and you over here going, Jimmy Chong, Jimmy. Fucking yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that was good.
so good, man.
So
I haven't
Ghost
watched
Wars-
that in a while. That's something I need to sit down and watch.
Ghost
My God,
Wars-
it's so good.
Ghost
I haven't
Wars-
seen Tim Roth in anything in a while. What's he
In a
been
long
up to?
time. I haven't seen him either.
He was in the Hateful Eight,
Okay.
and then he had a scene, I think, in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it was deleted for some reason.
Everybody's telling me I need to watch that movie. I have not watched it yet.
I
It's a
haven't
good
either.
one.
Josh.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
one.
I think that's the only Tarantino movie that I don't own. Is that one? I think I have all of his movies.
I will say for that one, so me and Sam went and saw that in theater together.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of scenes that we just loved.
Yeah.
But both of us, when we walked out of the theater, were kind of like, what did we just watch? what was the point of that? But after a couple of repeat viewings, now I do love it. It is a good movie, and DiCaprio does a hell of a job in it.
But DiCaprio is awesome, and so is Brad Pitt. I love Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
So I can't believe I haven't watched that movie because I really enjoyed both of those dudes.
Brad Pitt was
And,
great in True Romance. It was like the burnout roommate with the
Floyd.
honey bear bong. Yeah.
Yeah, Floyd.
I haven't seen, talking about Brad Pitt, we were going over some of his movies the other day. I haven't seen 12 Monkeys in like 10 years, I bet.
I love that movie, man. I love Terry Gilliam in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to get that actually. I don't have 12 Monkeys.
Is that in 4K? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think so. There was like a TV series too that I never watched any of.
Yeah, I remember that.
I never watched it.
The movie was excellent though.
Zed is dead.
Cody, there's a
I used to-
Cohen album coming out on Black Friday.
What's that, David?
A Leonard Cohen album?
Yeah.
Well, you're hella
didn't
quiet,
see that.
David. I can barely hear you.
Oh, really? Is that better?
What's
That is
Yeah.
better.
what's the Cohen album coming?
Songs of Faith and
Songs of Love and Hate, maybe?
Yeah, it's the 50th anniversary. Yeah.
I've got that on CD. I don't think I need it on record.
Okay.
Not one of his best for me, but decent. It's an older album when he was young and his voice was a lot higher pitched. I like 50-year-old and older Leonard Cohen where he was gravelly.
There goes Dave. The cat was attacking him.
Gonna say it's sleepwalkers going on in there. So.
Hope his cat's not fucking his relative, man. Jesus.
Oh my god.
I meant to watch. I pulled Sleepwalkers out. I meant to watch Sleepwalkers during October, and I never got around to watching it. That's a goofy ass movie, but I still like it.
That's another one that I haven't seen in so long I don't even remember it.
So there's
on DVD.
There's a 12 Monkeys Arrow release on Blu-ray, but I'm not seeing anything 4K.
I thought it was. I like the production design of that one a lot too.
I'm going to add that one to my cart.
Mr. Bones, have you seen the Kitty documentary that's on Amazon Prime? It's very good. I don't run into too many Kitty fans.
And hey, speaking of Bruce Willis, The Fifth Element's on 4K for $20 on Amazon.
I was watching a Kitty video on YouTube, and in the comments, I saw Anthropomantic Fiend. I was like, fancy seeing you here. It was like one of those weird things, like, it was like a weird crossover moment.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How's he seem to be like in school? I was on a stream with him like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and he seemed to be doing really well.
Yeah, I remember
Seemed
that.
happy.
I saw him dressed up as the tall man on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, Mr. Bones, it's very good. You got to check it out.
He seems to be liking school a lot.
That's good.
That's
How old is that kid? Is he 18, 19?
I think he's 19 at this point.
Okay.
He put off going to school for like a couple semesters because of the lockdown stuff.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I get it. Janae is actually going back to work.
Nice.
Yeah, she's going Monday. She's about as happy about it as you could expect. But
has she not been working at all this whole time?
She's been working, but primarily from here.
Okay.
But she
Physically going back, you mean?
Yeah, I guess it's been probably a month and a half or so. She started going 2 days a week, and now Monday she is officially back at work. For the longest time, it looked like they were going to close us the hell down again. Well, I guess that's changed.
I haven't physically been at work in a long time because I took most of last month off.
Yeah.
1 or 2 days a week for me. Getting to be like 2.
Well, David's not even there. I'm getting ready to ask his picture a question. Because I know I asked David how often he traveled to Lexington, Cody, when we were there. And he's going, I work in Lexington. I didn't know that was where he worked. Do you live close to work, Cody? Because I know you don't live close to a goddamn thing.
It's about 30, 35-minute drive.
Yeah.
For me to get to work.
David, okay, ask away. How often do you actually have to go to the office, David, or do you primarily work from home all the time? March 2020. Jesus Christ. That's great, man.
Yeah, the world was a different place back then, man.
Yeah, dude.
It's kind of, I'm like grown so accustomed to being like sort of like lockdown pandemic mode.
It's old days.
When the world shut down, I was in a job working for somebody I didn't like at a place I didn't want to be. And then I wound up working 6 months a year. I'll take it.
Oh, yeah. Rick back in the house. What's up, Rick?
Rick, I've been seeing things pop up on Instagram of you doing live streams. What are you doing on there? Because every time I see it on there, I say, oh, shit, I go to it, and you're not there anymore.
I've been on a few of them.
What's he doing on there?
Chill out. He chills out.
Yeah.
Relaxes.
He chills out.
I think the last one I was on, he had a movie going in the background. He was checking out a media book.
Okay.
Just sort of generally shooting the shit, showing off some stuff.
It's been like 2 or 3 times in the last couple of weeks that I've seen it, and I'm like, oh, shit. And I try and jump on there. By the time I get on it, it's not going anymore.
I've never done a live Instagram thing.
Believe it or not, the only live Instagram things that I can remember seeing off the top of my head is Rick and Danielle Harris. For a while, she was doing them quite a bit.
Have Cheetah Will View does a bunch of them.
Have on Instagram?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't know he did it on Instagram at all. I know it's like every 7 minutes, Patrick is live on YouTube, like nonstop, constantly.
Yeah.
But I got out Instagram.
I got out my winter coat and found my shamrock pin.
Mine is still on my coat. When we were at Scarefest, there was a table that had a ton of those enamel pins, and I couldn't make up my mind of which one I wanted to buy or which 30 I wanted to buy. And we walked away from the table, and I forgot to go back.
Yeah, I think was it like 3 of them for 25 or these
Yep.
$10 a piece? Yeah, I saw that table. It had
Yep.
some cool ones.
They had some great ones. What is up, bread? Yeah, they had they had great pins over there. They had like signs from streets and buildings and shit like that. And I thought they would be cool to put on my jacket with that shamrock pin. And I totally forgot to go back over there. There was one table that had the sign from Silver Shamrock Toys or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the movie The Ruins?
I liked it.
Me too.
Brutal ass amputation scene, man.
I have it on right now. It's been forever since I watched it.
Anytime you amputate using a rock, I'm down.
Yeah. Amputate using the rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Brutal. But my weekly thing is I turn on this Fire Stick and whatever horror movie pops up is usually what I put on, and this popped up for some reason.
I like the Ruins. I watched that pretty recently, within the last year, I think.
Yeah, I like it. I like it quite a bit. I had a friend that I used to work with a decade ago who absolutely hated this movie. He was like, "Flowers? Are you serious? Fuck flowers."
I mean, I didn't mind. Again, for me, like if I'm watching a movie and the sort of general scenario is intriguing, like the sort of ultimate resolution isn't necessarily the big thing. So it didn't even bother me that it was flower based. You know what I mean?
No, I thought it was great. That little plant trying to take that dude's leg away. I loved it.
Yeah, they're all like ringing cell phone style.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
Can you
Cool.
guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can hear you now.
I ended up getting those magnets, like 3 for $20, I think. I got
Yeah.
the
Oh, cool.
configuration thing, and then the slaughtered lamb,
That's the one I got.
and then the rabbit in the red lounge.
Yeah, it's awesome stuff, man.
I need to do a haul video. I haven't done one yet.
I was talking to that guy. He was asking me if Monster Mania in Cherry Hill was worth him going to.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, yeah, absolutely, man. I remember that being pretty big. It seems like people all over the country know about that thing. So I guess it's big enough.
I've been meaning to do a haul video for a couple months now. Have you guys ever like not made videos for a while? You got to sort of like break through a wall to get back into it.
Yeah.
I recently went a couple days without making one, and it felt weird to make one again. So I have to assume that if it's an extended period of time, it would feel very strange.
Yeah.
It's like, I think I had like 3 weeks there where it was like, weekly mukbang haul. And that's all I got done. And the other night I sat in here and made like 7 videos. Did a bunch of colored vinyl, my Halloween sets, my dagger.
I watched your dagger video today, and I love that thing, man.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool. I like it. I'm going to move it from where it is. It's up on the top shelf, and I'm going to rearrange some more before I shoot the office video.
So,
I got to clean this room before I shoot a new horror room video.
Rick, are you selling that figure, that MJ Thriller figure, or is that just one that you picked up for your own personal collection?
It's cool.
I thought it was a cool figure. I hadn't seen it before.
I'd seen it online before. It looks nice, especially the zombie version.
I like that it came. That's another one comes with 2 figures instead of like a figure and 2 heads, right? I mean, Thriller. I saw that, and I was just all about it. I loved that fucking video. I was like, "What zombies and goddamn werewolves? And this is amazing."
Mm-hmm. When I saw that, I will say I was in 6th grade when that came out. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I was in 1st grade. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, it was pretty mind blowing seeing that
video. I was like, wow.
Pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
I sort of lost track of Michael Jackson in the 90s on, I think. But back in the 80s, of course, like everybody, I was a giant Michael Jackson fan.
He was everywhere. The guy was everywhere.
It's a fucking king
we
of pop.
Yeah, he is.
I had
He was.
a doll of him that came. I think it had the Beat It jacket on from that video, and my sister had one where he was like in a black coat and he had his glove on. And then I remember we had that microphone that you press the button and it would transmit FM to the radio. Yeah, the Michael Jackson microphone.
If you watch that Grammy performance, it just makes me imagine like how innocent everyone was when like the moonwalk just boggled everyone's fucking mind.
You know that shit? Billie Jean, I remember that.
It's a great performance. I mean, he fucking killed it. But like, it was like world headline news. Like, oh my god, Michael Jackson did a fucking moonwalk. It was amazing. You know, it's like,
And now all you see on TikTok is people doing those dance moves on the street. It's
I hate it.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it so bad.
And one thing, he could dance. I remember like when MC Hammer come out, there was talk of like an MC Hammer Michael Jackson dance off. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? First off, it's two different kinds of dancing. Second, Michael Jackson would win hands down.
MC Hammer, he leads the world in pants.
My favorite thing about the Thriller video, though, watching him, there's 20 people behind him dressed like zombies that are professional dancers, and they cannot keep up with the shit he's doing.
He was a professional dancer, if you think about it. I mean, he's a professional performer.
Yeah, but like I said, those people just do that, and rehearse and still can't do exactly what he was doing. I
bet they said, "Hey, just fucking take it down a notch, dude. Let Michael pop." You know what I mean?
He's the boss. Yeah.
I mean, he was a great dancer. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's like one of these big mysteries, like how big a creep he actually was. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, awesome dancer, spectacular performer, lousy babysitter.
Yeah.
Terrible babysitter.
But I mean, if you ask Corey Feldman, he was great.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin said the same thing.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin, man.
You ever
I'll be right back.
If he didn't mess with them because they were famous?
Or he's just like, not into him, man. They're just not attractive. Not my type. I don't know. Like, I don't know. You see someone fall from grace like Bill Cosby.
Oh.
And Michael Jackson he never fully fell from grace. I think there was never like any sort of conclusive like resolution like, oh, he's clearly a fucking piece of shit or whatever.
Yeah.
At least I mean, I stopped sort of following the whole thing, so I don't know, but
I have very strong opinions on Michael Jackson. Nothing. I ain't getting into that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you have Thriller on vinyl, David?
I do.
Nice.
I did.
That's a childhood favorite.
Yeah. I mean,
My
great
brothers
album.
and I wore that album out, and we knew all the.
I had Thriller, and I had, what was the other one? Was it Off the Wall? Was that the one before Thriller?
Yeah.
I think I had that one too. What's
I
up,
had
Brett?
Thriller and Bad on cassette. Later, it was that one with Black or White. What was that album called?
Black or White, maybe?
I think it was called Black or White, I think.
Was it?
It's called Black or White.
I had Thriller and Bad both on vinyl. Still have them from back then.
I've got both of them on vinyl.
By the time Bad came out, I was a fucking like severe metalhead, so I wasn't buying Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I was a pretty severe metalhead at a pretty young age.
I got
a terminal case of metalhead.
Yeah,
metalheadness.
I got Bad for Christmas on cassette that year, and He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper from Fresh Prince.
So, I was telling somebody, 8th grade, I won second place in the science fair and got a $50 gift card. And I went and
that's
bought.
Big time, dude.
Yeah, it was. 1991, 50 was a shitload of money. I went and bought He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper on tape. It's the first thing I bought with my winnings.
That's Will Smith, right?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was Will Smith. That's all
I
I
like
would
Will
if I was.
I like
Nightmare
Will
on
Smith.
Street.
Yeah, actually, yeah, right there they are.
Okay.
They're pretty.
The Will Smith, I liked Will Smith songs. But
With it.
I don't think I ever had I had Fresh Prince album. DJ Jazzy Jeff on Fresh Prince
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah,
I never had any of their music, but I do like Will Smith. I like him.
I had the He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper. I had the one that had the Mike Tyson song on it.
I think I could beat Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I just had the one album. Yeah.
I mean, they did a Nightmare on Elm Street song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
really?
that was on the He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So I didn't
Then
have
they
that
had-
album. I liked that song. I was like, fuck
They
yeah.
had, I think the album right before that was maybe Rock the House or something. And it had his Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble song on it.
Yeah.
Was that the first song that he put out? No, Parents Don't Understand.
Parents
That was the
Don't
first
Understand.
one. Yeah.
That was the first big one.
Yeah.
I think that Girls Ain't Nothing But Trouble was on that earlier album, but wasn't the hit that Parents Don't Understand was.
Wasn't there a Fat Boy song that was also Nightmare on Elm Street?
Be Ready for
related?
Freddy, yeah.
Yeah, Ready for Freddy.
Yeah.
God, I remember the Fat Boys.
Yeah. Wipeout.
The
And
Fat Boys and Run DMC. I remember
Run
that from
DMC.
way back.
Beastie
Man,
Boys.
You could be famous for just being fat back then because there weren't that
Yeah.
many fat people.
the Disorderlies. I mean, the Fat Boys had their own movie.
That was a
It
movie.
was-
Yeah, that's right.
It was fun. But,
I never saw it.
I don't think I ever saw it.
it was funny. They were three orderlies that sucked at their job, and they got hired by some rich guy's nephew that wanted to kill him, and they screwed up his medication just in such a way that they made him better. And so then the rich guy's nephew wanted to kill them or something. It was a dumb movie, but it was fun. And they stopped 2 or 3 times in the movie to rap.
Well,
So-
you know, that's to be expected with the Fat Boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did they stop to rap and stop to eat?
There was a lot of eating. Yeah.
How could there not be? I don't know that I've ever seen a Fat Boys video in my life, but one has to assume that
There's a Ready
outside
for
of
Freddy.
rapping, the one thing you can expect is eating.
There's the Ready for Freddy video with
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger in it.
If
I'll
you
say,
are
though-
in the Fat Boys and you are producing videos where your content does not include eating, I think that's a miss.
My favorite like rapper heavy movie though I'll throw out there is Who's the Man?
Who's the man? Absolutely.
Dr. Dre and Ed Lover.
It's got to be.
Dennis Leary was in it. That was so good.
That and Halloween Resurrection.
I mean, LL Cool J was in H2O, so
Yeah, Halloween H2O, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wasn't he also in Deep Blue Sea?
he
Yes.
was. I don't
And you
really
got
consider that a horror movie.
the Ice-T line of movies. New Jack City.
Ice-T, Surviving the Game. Love that movie.
Yeah. Wasn't he the one being hunted in that movie?
Yeah.
That was a cool movie.
And you got in one movie, you got a crazy Gary Busey and a crazy Rutger Hauer. It doesn't get much better than that. if they'd have had a crazy Christopher Walken in there, it would have been too much for one screen.
Gary Busey, that's something I watched. I watched Silver Bullet not too long ago.
Oh, nice. Classic.
I love him in that movie.
That's a great movie, man.
When the kid calls him and the girl, he hangs up and the girl says, "Who is that?" And he says, "This is an obscene phone call."
You realize when you watch him in movies like that how good of a friggin' actor he actually is. And then you see him talking like in the bonus features or something, you realize how fucking crazy he is.
I was at a convention that he was at, I didn't get his autograph. It was him, and his son was right next to him at the
Jake.
next table over, Jake.
Yeah.
And I was texting with a friend, and he said, "Are you at the con?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Send me a picture of Gary Busey just to prove he's real."
Jake Busey's been in a few good movies, man. He's in
Starship Troopers.
The Frighteners.
Wasn't he in Identity? Was he the killer, the convict in Identity?
Yeah. Was he? Mm-hmm. I guess I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I did like that.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I watched it within the last year or so.
I don't think I watched it maybe since it came out.
I like Cusack. I like Identity and 1408, High Fidelity.
2012.
Cusac's cool. 16 Candles.
I like the disaster scenes in 2012. the rest of it can be left. But
Grosse Pointe Blank was a fun movie, man.
Yeah, that was cool.
High Fidelity.
And,
High Fidelity, another great one.
Better Off Dead.
$2.
Have you
$2.
I
want my $2.
I have not seen The Raven yet. Is it good?
I liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I don't know that I've even heard of that.
It's Edgar Allan Poe.
Is he in it?
So
yes, Poe.
Yeah.
So it's been a while since I watched it. He was Edgar Allan Poe and wasn't somebody killing people according to his poems.
Yeah.
So they were using him to try to help figure it out.
Yep.
Yes.
So
that does sound familiar.
Tenebrae remake then?
Judgment Night is an amazing movie.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Dennis Leary again.
Yep. That's such a good movie, man. That's a cool movie. I haven't seen that in a long time.
That was the Emilio Estevez was in that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He was like the main character.
Yeah.
Him and Cuba Gooding Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr. was in it. The guy who was in Entourage. What the hell's his name?
Jeremy Piven.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
Stephen Dorff.
Yeah. That's a cool movie, man. That's a cool movie.
There's the soundtrack that he was
great
mentioning.
Soundtrack. It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's a great movie, man.
It's an awesome soundtrack.
Good call.
I had that soundtrack back in the day on CD.
I had it on tape.
I
stopped buying tapes pretty quick, man.
It was one of my 10 free CDs for joining Columbia House. Judgment Night was one of them.
Yeah. Well, you got yours for free. I had to pay a penny, dude. Fuck. Rip off.
Yeah. Yeah, DeFeo. That's a cool movie, man. I'm glad you brought that up. You're right. Nobody ever talks about that movie.
Which movie?
Judgment Night.
Oh.
Nobody. I never hear anybody talk about that movie.
I always said, that movie to me is much more frightening than something like, Friday the 13th or even some supernatural movie.
Yeah.
Something like Judgment Night could happen.
You're damn right. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, Friday the 13th could happen.
Yeah.
First one.
Yeah.
First one.
Women have hairy knuckles.
Women have some hairy ass. There's some women with man hands, dude. So it could happen. Just saying.
There was a whole Seinfeld episode about that.
Damn good. So good. She rips that lobster apart.
She's wiping his face off.
So fucking funny, man. That big friggin' beefy fingers wiping his friggin'.
They finally put that on Netflix. And like for so many years, like decades, it has not been streaming on any like services I've had. So I have not watched it in so long, but they put it on Netflix, so I watched a bunch of them.
Dude, that's a show that I could watch. You could wake me up in the middle of the night and tell me Seinfeld's on. I'll roll over and start watching it. I love Seinfeld.
I love just jump the last season, the last couple episodes, they did like a best of montage.
Yeah. Oh.
Just to throw one of those on and watch it is so
Give
good.
me a heart attack laughing watching that show. And I still laugh like I'd never seen it before. And I know exactly what the hell's going to happen. It still makes me laugh. So ridiculous.
I always love Kramer.
There's some shit
Oh,
that
yeah.
Kramer's done on the history of that show that kills me.
You're
Festivus for the
you're
rest of us.
Oh my God.
you're an anti-dentite.
Do you remember when he was putting the concrete in the friggin' washing machine? Dude, oh my goodness God. He's standing back there. He's covered in friggin' concrete. The guy at the front counter is just staring at him with that cigar hanging out of his mouth. No, this is going to be a fucking heart attack every time I see it.
I think
So-
he was like a really good physical actor.
Yeah.
And he was a person who was like super in pop culture, super famous, super successful, and then just after that show did nothing except like some racist rant.
The racist
Yeah.
bullshit. Yep, I remember that.
I had a friend who
when Kramer
loved
was beating the
Seinfeld,
kids.
and we at work every now and then this dude would just kind of walk past my desk and go, these pretzels are making me thirsty.
I still
And
say that now. I say it too.
that was our thing back and forth, and I just love that when they're arguing over how to do it, and George gives his take, where he screams, "These pretzels are."
George is the best too, man. It's just
I like George.
That whole
George
cast
was such a weasel. I said George reminds me of me. That's why I liked him so much.
Oh my God. I liked Putty. I liked everybody on that show. George's parents were the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
When
I thought
George
Julie,
is gonna go ahead.
I was gonna say I thought Julia Louis-Dreyfus was pretty hot back in the day
Oh
too.
God, hell yeah. Jesus Christ, man. When she danced.
When George
That's
was gonna get into when George was gonna get into selling bras, and his dad is sitting there going, "Now you've got the A cup, and then the B cup,
And then you got the C cup. Oh my God.
I know about the cups, Dad."
It's so good. Oh.
The master of their domain.
Oh.
That was good. Kramer
Very-
come in, slap that money down.
Barry said, "You're one in." He goes, "You're going to be out before you leave the room."
I'm out. That was funny.
Oh,
It's
Jerry
that
was-
woman.
Oh my God. Jerry ran over and he would sit by the window looking at the lady across the street. Oh, it was so great.
And the one where him and Kramer switched apartments for some reason. and
Oh, that's one of my
Jerry-
favorite of
yeah.
all time. The Kenny
Jerry
Rogers
come
chicken,
sliding in.
the Red Menace. Kenny Rogers chicken is one of my favorite episodes of all time of that show.
The one
When
where
he walks into Jerry's apartment, he spills that tomato soup all over the side of the refrigerator.
I was going to say when
Oh,
Kramer put the peephole in backwards so you could look in the room.
my other favorite episode of all time was when he had Merv Griffin set in his apartment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody
my
move down.
God.
Move down. Yeah.
Oh my God. That
That
guy came in there with that hook. Jesus Christ.
the shower head that blew him out of the bathtub.
And the garbage disposal in the drain. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's when Elaine was working with that germaphobe woman, wasn't
Yep. Yep.
it? Yeah.
And she walked in her office and rubbed her ass on her keyboard.
Coughed
Oh.
on the door handle and
Jesus. Oh yeah, that's right. She went so good, man.
oh, it's good stuff.
It's absolutely hands down my favorite comedy of all time is Seinfeld.
That's way up
Seinfeld,
there for
Cheers.
me.
Seinfeld, Cheers, and Married with Children are my three favorites.
Yeah, I was gonna say Married with Children. Cheers. Cheers was on Netflix. I don't know if it still is.
Oh, I love
Or
that.
maybe it was on Amazon. One of the two. But anyway, I went through and I found this one episode I'd been looking for. They were gonna celebrate something, I forget what. And they're like, "Hey Woody, break out the champagne." So Woody starts undoing the champagne and the cork goes off. And you didn't see George Wendt do too much physical comedy.
Didn't he hit the floor?
Big guy. He flew backwards off that bar stool. He came up with that cork stuck to his
Stuck
forehead.
between his eyes, yeah.
And he said, "It almost got me."
Oh my God. I remember when that show was winding down and that was ending, how big of a deal it was that show was going off the air. And they're like, what in the world are we going to do to replace that? And that was where Seinfeld came in.
That was a great show, too.
Cheers.
Loved it.
Oh, it was a wonderful show.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely wonderful. Did any of you guys watch Jay Leno the night that Cheers ended?
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. You want to laugh? Go on YouTube and find that. Okay. They had on Jay Leno that night, the entire cast of Cheers was on there, and they were all shit-faced. Oh, it was great.
Nice.
And if I remember correctly, they were in the bar, Cheers, in Boston.
Okay.
Just powerhouse drunk.
All right, let's talk 90s sitcoms. What's in your top 10 other than Cheers and Seinfeld?
Oh God. Well, Married with Children, definitely.
Yeah.
God, what else is there?
I like the news radio a lot.
News radio was cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't as familiar with that as I was with the other ones that we were just talking about.
Dude, young Joe Rogan on that one.
Joe Rogan was on that one. A young guy with hair.
Yeah.
He wasn't built like a brick shit house yet.
He was built like a brick shit house already.
Was he?
I used to watch The Fresh Prince, King of Queens.
King of Queens was great.
I never watched King of Queens.
King of Queens was funny.
I've got the whole collection for King of Queens.
Yeah, that show was funny, man.
Boy, you talk about shitty packaging. It's a big, thick box.
Yeah.
And you open the box up, and it's a spindle with 27 discs on it.
Oh, God.
It's the packaging for that.
That's awful.
But it was like $30. So to get all like 9 seasons, whatever it was.
Was The Kids in the Hall? That was in the 90s, right?
Yeah. I had to stay up late to watch that one. It was on Friday or Saturday night, really late. But the dude that crushed heads.
The head crusher.
Yeah. When he ran into the face pincher and they had the battle in the street.
You want to talk about a half 30 minutes of fucking nonsense. I love that show.
Yeah.
Martin.
That's another all-time favorite of mine, dude. I'll watch Martin right now and laugh.
Martin!
Like so damn funny. Man.
Was Third Rock from the Sun the 90s or the 2000s?
I think that was in the 90s. Yeah. I think it
started in the 90s. That was a great show.
Yeah, that was cool.
There was one where it was Halloween or something, and Lithgow walked in with a little pirate hat on, and French Stewart said, "Where's your Buccaneers?" And he said, "They're on my bucking head."
Oh, I went to the hardware store today, and somebody hit me with hardware humor. I said, I was putting together a treadmill, and I was missing an Allen wrench. I have a whole set of Allen wrenches, and the one that I needed was the one that was not in the set. So apparently it must be common. So I went to the hardware store for a fucking Allen wrench. One. I said, could you tell me where the Allen wrenches are? He said, yeah, they're next to the Bob wrenches. I looked at this guy. I was like, hardware humor? You have any idea how fucking frustrated I am right now? You're hitting me with Bob wrenches? The fuck out of here.
Another one, and Frasier.
Oh, yeah.
But not so much even Kelsey Grammer, the stuff that David Hyde Pierce did on that show.
His brother. My ex-wife lived by that show. She loved that show.
There's one episode where he's trying to get ready for a date in Frasier's apartment.
Yeah.
And he's cooking something in the kitchen. He gets something on his pants. He takes them off. He's trying to iron them. He tries to sew something, pokes himself, looks at the blood, falls over, passes out, wakes up. The food's burning. The pants are burning. By the end of it, the apartment's on fire. And he like dumps all the food on the couch to put it out.
Oh God.
It's just 5 minutes of just mostly, physical comedy.
Yeah.
And every now and then he'll look at his finger and fall over in the middle of all of it. It was good.
My God. I don't know. Apparently, I wasn't as big on 90s humor or 90s comedies because I can't even think of any more.
Everybody loves.
I'm
Raymond.
looking them up now. And
yeah, Raymond was pretty funny.
I actually never
King
watched
of
that
the-
one either.
I watch Home Improvement every week.
Yeah, Home
Yeah.
Improvement.
Becker
Wings.
that Ted Danson had.
Yeah, I forgot about Becker.
Yeah, that was a good
Wings.
show.
Wings.
What's
John
up, Joe?
Arquette had a sitcom for a while.
Night Court.
Well,
was
after Night
80s.
Court.
That was the 80s, right?
That was
Night
the
Court.
80s.
Yeah.
I heard Dave say Wings. That was a good show.
Yeah.
Head of the Class.
That was 80s for sure.
That
That was
Women-
like,
Yeah.
show.
It was 86 into 91 is why it's in the 90s list.
How about Coach? Where was Coach?
Yeah, is that 80s?
I watched a lot of Coach in the 90s when it was in syndication.
Yeah.
There's an episode of Coach where you know how they do a little bit at the opening, then you'd have the credits. The little bit at the opening was there were some salesmen there selling a new type of football helmet that they fill with foam before the game. So they put it on the big guy. I forget his name. The one who does
Dauber.
Patrick's voice
Dauber,
on SpongeBob.
Dauber.
Dauber. And
Win. That spells.
yeah. They put this helmet on him, they inject the foam, and they have him bend over and they just slam the door on his head.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
They
God.
open the door and he's sitting on his ass and he goes, "It works."
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. Funny.
Popping the popcorn. What's up?
What's up, popping the popcorn? Mr. Bones says just the 10 of us. I don't remember. I mean, I remember just the. I don't remember just the 10 of us. I don't think.
Yeah.
I remember
I
that.
remember
too.
that.
I remember it.
Bill Kirchenbauer was on that show.
Yeah.
Well, of
Well, he
course
says Heather
Yeah.
Langenkamp.
They were like a Catholic family, right? That's why there was 10 of them.
Got Full House. That was 90s, right?
Perfect.
80s into the 90s.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Saved
that?
by the Bell.
Yeah, I watched Saved by the Bell, Screech and Zach and all them some bitches. Kelly Kapowski, Lisa Turtle. I
Home
watched.
Improvement. King of the Hill.
Oh God,
Doogie
Like
House.
I really
King of the
watched
Hill.
that.
that was great, man. I watched that when it first started, and I lost track of it after a couple seasons.
Damn it, Bobby.
Daria was on MTV.
Yeah, I didn't ever watch that. I didn't have MTV.
Beavis and Butthead.
I saw some Beavis and Butthead. My friends would record for me.
I
Do you
love
consider that? Do you consider Beavis and Butthead a sitcom?
No.
They were more like a
Situation.
serial, right?
Yeah.
Ren and Stimpy. I love the Ren and Stimpy.
Head of the
I
class.
believe I still own Ren and Stimpy on DVD.
That's
I
a show I
remember there
haven't
was-
seen in forever since like
There-
it was on.
Ren and
There was
Stimpy.
one where
Yeah.
one of them was looking for his lost fart.
Yes.
Yeah, and he talked to the boogers under the table.
Yeah.
And
His
the
Magic
boogers
Goblin collection, I think, is what he was.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
and even they looked at each other. It's like, this guy talks to farts.
It's
show
so
was
awful.
crazy.
Just an awful show. I loved it.
Yeah. Joe mentioned
I
the
remember
Hogan family.
everybody was like, "Oh my God, this is so offensive. This is so awful." You know, when Ren and Stimpy was out, and then Beavis and Butthead came out, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, no one talked about Ren and Stimpy anymore.
Mhm.
So
That horse, man. I love the horse.
there was an episode of Beavis and Butthead I remember where some idiot kid burned his trailer down in the South somewhere, and he blamed
Was it the fat
Beavis
kid
and
with the
Butthead.
wiener shirt on?
Well, no, this was like real life,
Oh.
and blamed Beavis and Butthead for it. And later, I think there was an episode where Beavis did something, because Beavis was always the one going, fire, fire. And that's what they blamed it on. Somebody did something, and Beavis said, liar, liar, pants on. Can't say that. Or they go couch fishing.
Oh, God. So good, man.
Frying worms in the fryer at the burger joint. I remember that episode. Going to see their movie in the theater. Beavis and Butthead Do America.
I think I saw that in the movie theater, too. I think I saw it in the theater.
I saw it.
It had a pretty good soundtrack, too.
Hogan Family, didn't that become Valerie's Family?
Yep.
Yeah.
Has Sandy done?
Who was the show John Ritter was on when he passed away?
Hooper?
Is that 8 Simple Rules?
Yeah, something about dating my daughter or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Frog Baseball. That was the first, the original Beavis and Butthead cartoon I saw like in a Sick and Twisted film festival, like animation.
Yeah.
Was Frog Baseball.
So here's one. The Royal Family. It only ran for one season, 1991, but it was Red Fox.
Okay.
And I think he died right around the time the show premiered, so they only have one season.
Did y'all ever watch Grace Under Fire?
Mm-mm.
I can't remember the actress's name.
Didn't she show up on The Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead?
Brett Butler is her name.
Yeah, she did. She was on The Walking Dead. She was one of the people that Alpha decapitated.
I was going to say Scrubs, but that's 2001.
Yeah, Head of the Class.
That was
started off with the DJ from WKRP. Then it went to that
Billy Connolly,
Scottish actor. Yeah,
and that to me is definitely 80s because I remember like watching it back in the 80s with the Russian Cold War chess team stuff. I mean, it felt like very 80s to me. And then it came out on HBO like this past year. They added it to HBO, and I was watching them, and I was like, man, it was a nostalgic watch because I hadn't thought about that show in so long.
What's up, Justin?
Mad about you.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a pretty popular show too.
There was a Thanksgiving episode where I don't remember what they were doing. They were trying to hide the turkey from someone, and she was trying to go out one way, and they were coming in the other, and she just turned and threw the turkey out the window, and then just put her hands on her face. That was my favorite episode of that. It was a Thanksgiving one.
Just shoot me.
But I like Paul Reiser.
He was pretty good in Aliens.
Yeah. And Beverly Hills Cop. He was Eddie Murphy's friend in the precinct that was always trying to help him out.
Like what has he been doing since that show?
I don't know.
I don't think I've seen him.
He's been in some Netflix stuff, I think.
Huh.
I'm trying to think if I saw him in recently.
Dude, I saw Helen Hunt in something recently, and I was like, "Whoa!" I didn't even recognize her. But she was in what was the name of that movie? It was a really cool movie too. Don't See Me or some shit. Hold on, let me see what it was. I See You. I See You.
There's a scene, Ben, where he just hacked that guy's leg off with the rock.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, Paul Reiser was in Stranger Things.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Dr. Sam Owens.
Yeah, News Radio was awesome. News Radio, like every so often would do a space episode, just a random space episode. And I always loved those so much. They were like just a random space themed episode of like them in space doing weird space shit. And I always thought those were hilarious.
Was that the one with Michael J. Fox, or is that Spin City I'm thinking of?
Spin City.
Oh,
That's
Spin
Michael
City.
J. Fox.
Spin City, okay.
I actually never watched that one either.
I never watched it either. I'm aware of it, but I never watched it.
So I really like Dave Foley. Always did. Kids in the Hall and all that. I hate Andy Dick.
No, I don't like him either.
He was pretty funny in news radio. Yeah. I mean, as a person, I don't know so much, but like I thought he was pretty funny in news radio.
I think just seeing him on the roasts and stuff that he's done since has made me not like him.
Yeah, he's a little bit far out there for me.
He also has like addiction issues, so he's like goes like a little crazy every now and again.
My favorite sitcom though was that 70s show, because you had Red from RoboCop. You had Tommy Chong, and
that show I saw the first season or so of, and then I haven't watched like the rest of them, but it was another big super famous show, you know.
Yeah, that was a big show.
I love the ones where they would get high and then Red would drag them upstairs, and
wallpaper would be
wallpapers moving behind them, and he's dumbass.
Yeah.
And I think he's sitting there chewing the kid out, the main one. What's his name?
Eric Foreman.
Eric. And Hyde is sitting there staring at this Twinkie across the kitchen, just intently focused on this Twinkie.
Didn't Hyde recently get like convicted of something or something like that?
He got accused. Yeah, he got accused and then pretty much thrown out.
What was that? What's that actor's name?
McPherson, Danny McPherson, maybe. He was in The Faculty.
Was he in The Faculty?
Yeah, he was one of the kids buying the stuff off Josh Hartnett.
Oh yeah, now I remember. Danny Masterson.
Yeah.
Had to look it up, but he was doing The Ranch on Netflix
with Ashton Kutcher.
And then and they brought in a few different people from that 70s show onto The Ranch.
Pretty much, yeah. All the cast.
What's his name that played Fez, and then I think Red even showed up.
And then the mom of Eric Foreman is like the mom of his wife, right?
Yeah.
All right, boys, I'm heading to bed.
All right, John.
All right.
It's good seeing you dudes.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, homie.
Absolutely. Love you guys. I will see you soon.
Night, man.
Take care, John.
All right, and what do we think? Now, I know you guys prefer widescreen mode. I never got a decisive answer from the chat on which layout they like better. Let me know in the chat if you prefer this. We're gonna call this close-up mode, and this we're gonna call this widescreen. You like widescreen, right, Cody? I cannot hear you at all.
Muted.
I was on mute, sorry. Sam was talking to me. I usually go with widescreen. It's just no particular reason. When there's more than 3 people, it's definitely the way to go.
Well, it's the only way to go.
Yeah.
But this, I can actually like see your whole faces.
I had to like.
That's the only problem. Yeah, you're like it's harder to frame yourself.
So speaking of that, moving around, you made me think. There's a great video out there of Stevie Wonder on Sesame Street playing Superstition.
Okay.
It's awesome. It goes on for like 7 minutes. They just jam with these kids. And the cameraman tries to do a close-up on Stevie, and you can't do it. It's funny to watch because he's in the frame, and then he's out, and they move it, and he's out, and it makes me laugh. It's such a good rendition of that song, though, because
he had
the kids. Go ahead.
I was going to say he had a special appearance on the Cosbys too.
Yeah, I remember that.
What was it, minus 3 or more or something like that? He played or wrote a song.
He did a little mix for him. I remember him in the studio, but the damn Sesame Street. Back in like the 70s or early 80s, you got Stevie Wonder playing Superstition for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the DVDs that we bought the kids, one of them was like learning the ABCs, and it said featuring Billy Joel. And I thought, hey, hot shit, Billy Joel. I love Billy Joel. Billy Joel sat there and plinked the keys on the piano like that and sang the ABC song with 3 kids. And I was like, that is what you give me? No, don't even put his name on the box.
I mean, that show had a bunch of famous people on it.
Several always rolled through, but that was disappointing.
Did you guys watch The Electric Company ever?
Yeah.
Do you remember? What about 3-2-1 Contact?
Morgan Freeman was in that.
I don't know if I remember that.
Do you guys remember the Bloodhound Gang from the 3-2-1 Contact?
Yeah.
Love that.
What was the? It was the Bill Cosby thing where he drew
Picture Pages.
Picture Pages. Yeah, I remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Does anyone remember Secret City? It was on PBS. It was a drawing show, and this guy, Commander Mark, would draw perspective drawings. Basically, he had this big mural that he would always work on and teach kids how to draw perspective. That was a great show.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, I loved it.
I never could draw like that. My son can. He's good.
That's because you never watched Commander Mark, dude. Or you'd be a fucking artist now.
I'd be a lot different if I'd seen that.
Your whole life, everything would be like, you'd be like living in New York City, like a famous cartoonist or some shit.
Greenwich Village or something.
Yeah. You would have had a total bohemian lifestyle. Oh, man. Yeah, the 80s. Whew. Those were the days.
Yeah, no. Things seemed pretty easy then.
Episode. Well, it was easy because we were youngsters.
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day, like the Cold War for me and for you guys was just like, you know, a few like Russian showing up on a sitcom. We're talking about Blue Jeans or some shit, right? But like for our parents at the time, they must have really been thinking like, holy fuck, we may be getting nuked any day now.
Yeah, you know? They did the nuclear drills, right? And we watched Rambo fight communism.
Yeah.
Red Dawn.
Yeah, and Red Dawn.
I actually had a random dream last night that I was like in a big city, and like there was 2 nuclear bombs that landed, and I was like, I saw one and it was like, I don't know, maybe like a mile away, and I was in a car and the driver just gunned it, and I was like, oh shit. And then I woke up.
I had nuclear nightmares after I watched T2 in the theater.
Yeah.
For days, I remember.
Well, because I was based on a true story.
Yeah. And then and Red Dawn scared me as a kid. The idea that, you know, an army could land in the front yard and shoot up the school was crazy.
I mean, that was a big it was kind of a, I mean, that was a general consensus back then, you know, like everyone was very concerned about Russia. I imagine a lot of people still are.
Yeah, you remember that video for A Land of Confusion where Reagan wakes up at the end and pushes the nuke button?
I like Spitting Image, those puppets. Yeah, that was some good stuff. They did a sitcom.
It's called Spitting Image.
Specials here in the late 80s, something.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
They had the one I remember watching was they changed the nuclear code names every week, and this week it was like Deluxe, The Works, and Sausage and Pepperoni or something, and Reagan tries to order a pizza but launches a nuclear strike because he picked up the wrong phone.
I mean, there was like a sketch comedy show, right?
Yeah, just with puppets.
Yeah, with puppets playing their sort of celebrity counterparts.
Crazy caricature kind of puppets.
Yeah, they were cool, man. Back then, like you had like you could have like a commercial have like a pop culture like the Where's the Beef Lady or like Spuds McKenzie. Like this is like advertisement when people became like these super like iconic pop culture figures. What a weird fucking time, man.
And
McKenzie always had chicks that wanted to fuck him too. I was like, Jesus, that's a dog, lady.
And I was going to say, sometimes not even the character. Well, shit, like tastes great, less filling.
Yeah.
Remember how that caught on?
Oh, I remember going to Kings Island riding the Viking ship, and one half would say "tastes great," then the other side would go "less filling." Yeah,
Nice.
I like the Twilight Zone in the 80s movie and a flannel shirt. I don't remember. I don't remember individual episodes. I remember watching it, but it's been so long. I can't
remember
really.
the movie. With, was that the 80s or 90s? Would have had John Lithgow doing the Shatner
The
thing.
early 80s.
Early 80s.
So Twilight Zone had a resurgence in the 80s and also the 90s. I think in the 90s there was an Alyssa Milano episode, and I was like, damn, girl.
Did you guys watch Amazing Stories?
Yeah, I have Amazing Stories on DVD. I love that show. That was I love the one with Christopher Lloyd playing the teacher. It was like a horror
where they
sort of one.
cuts his head off. Yeah.
I thought that was amazing when I was a kid, and that was like sort of like I don't know, kind of like one of those gateways, like the Thriller video, would be considered into horror.
Speaking of Christopher Lloyd, did you guys see the NECA tease of the 1985 doc?
Mm-mm.
So we've had a 1955 doc. They put out the 2015 one with that outfit. Now we've got like the radiation suit 1985 doc coming.
Don't we already have an 85 doc where he's making the shocked face, or was that 55?
That was from 55.
Okay.
And
has there been one from the part 3 yet?
No, not yet. Like the old West stuff, not yet.
Yeah.
He was in a movie with fairly recently called like I'm Not a Serial Killer or some shit. Let's see. Christopher Lloyd, and I thought it was actually pretty good. I liked it.
He was in Nobody also.
Oh yeah, he had like he was his dad, sort of more cameo style role.
One of the last things I remember seeing him in, which I loved seeing him in, it was Piranha, the remake. But he was almost playing Doc again. Like they put the Piranha in the tank, and this has been extinct for.
Is he just another one of those actors that looked older before his time? Like Steve Martin.
You look old from Taxi.
Yeah.
Taxi. Oh, yeah, that was so good. The one where he goes to get his driver's license, and he's filling out the form, and they're trying to help him, and he's like, eyes, 2. And they go, no, they want to know the color. And weight. And he's like, that's relative question. I mean, if I was on the moon, I think they mean on Earth. So they finally get him through the application, and then he's got to take the test. And he's sitting over there taking the test. And he goes, hey. He goes, what does a yellow light mean? Kind of whispering but loud. And one of them says, slow down. And he goes, okay. What does a... They do it like 3 times, and he keeps getting slower each time.
The that movie I was talking about was I Am Not a Serial Killer from 2016. I recommend checking that out.
My other favorites of him was one Star Trek 3. I thought he made a great Klingon. But Clue, he's Professor Plum and Clue, and then Roger Rabbit is the judge.
Did you see Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead?
No, I didn't see
He
that.
plays he plays a character. I think his name was Pieces, and he had like leprosy or some disease where he was like losing parts of himself. That was a cool movie. I like that movie back in the day. I don't know how it would hold up if I watched it again. But it had an interesting ensemble cast with like Andy Garcia, Christopher Lloyd, Christopher Walken was in it. William Forsythe.
I thought you put a good Fester, Uncle Fester.
Yeah. And he was also it wasn't the greatest movie, but he was a good part, and so was Walter Matthau, but Dennis the Menace.
Mm-hmm.
He played the crook that Dennis just about killed.
Was he also in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? Was he in that
He
one?
might have been one of the inmates or patients, rather, I guess.
I know he was in Going South with Jack Nicholson from '78.
Brad Dourif was in the original.
Mm-hmm. Danny DeVito.
Yep.
Yeah, Danny DeVito. I haven't watched that movie in a long time, but that was a good movie.
And wasn't the Indian character? Wasn't he also in Poltergeist 2? Is that the same actor?
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Chief Bromden. That book was pretty cool. Kind of a lot different. Very psychedelic.
Yeah, Will Sampson. Yeah, same guy that played in Poltergeist 2.
Man, I'm looking up Christopher Lloyd. He's on his 5th wife.
Wow.
Whoa. I mean, I guess when you've been old for fucking 4 decades,
Yeah,
what are you gonna do?
He was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
He's 83. Damn.
He was Tabor, wherever that was.
That was actually his first movie listed here.
Oh, is it?
Cuckoo's Nest.
That was directed by Michael Douglas, wasn't it?
I don't think so. Was it? That doesn't sound right.
Milos Forman.
Milos Forman.
Let's see. He was in Cuckoo's Nest in 75. Then the next movie, 78, was Going South. Trying just to name big ones. I've never seen this. The National Lampoon's Movie Madness.
Me neither.
Nah, I've never seen that either.
No, that was 81. Then in 84 was Star Trek 3, where he played the Klingon, and he was in Buckaroo Banzai that year.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Big Boutte. And then 85 was Back to the Future and Clue.
You used to use Buckaroo Banzai theme in the background, dude. What happened to that? Last couple of videos I watched, I don't think you even had music in the background.
I haven't on all of them lately, and I use Buckaroo Banzai usually on our mukbang.
Yeah.
And when I do a contest video, I'll use Buckaroo Banzai. I've got like a 30-minute version of Buckaroo Banzai that I saved off YouTube, and I put that on.
There's like I love YouTube will have like 10 hours of the Imperial March or like all sorts of random shit like that where it's just like on a loop for 10 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are fun.
It's like I saw one I was scrolling through and it was 10 hours of the Halloween theme. It's like I love the Halloween theme, but I'd probably lose it after 10 hours of that anything playing.
How many hours do you think it would take for you to lose it though?
I might make it 3 or 4. I don't know. But
how much of the theme is it too? Is it just like the whole thing, or is it just like the little yeah,
I don't know. And which movie is it from too would be the other question.
If it was the Halloween 3, happy Halloween,
yeah,
I could make it an hour.
You lose it real quick.
Yeah.
I could listen to like all the different Halloween themes though throughout all the movies for a couple hours at least.
I didn't realize that the intro to Keith's videos was from Assault on Precinct 13. I've never seen the movie, so I just thought it was.
I saw it recently. After I already knew that his theme was from that movie, but I had never seen it either. And then I finally watched it.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. I think it was good. I think it may not be as good as people would lead you to believe, though. I still liked it, but it's not like it's a very well loved movie. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I've always really enjoyed it. It does start off a little slow, like. I mean, the thing with the dad and the daughter and all that, I think that progresses nicely, but the cop spends a lot of time settling in at the station, gets a little slow, but then it gets going pretty good.
What's the dude's name? The fucking slick dude?
Oh, Napoleon Wilson.
Napoleon Wilson, yeah.
Yeah. Now, like the only other movie I've seen him in was he's the coroner in The Fog.
Okay.
That pulls Tom Atkins out in the hallway to talk about the body.
Okay. I guess
that's about the only other movie I've seen him in. Because I think in an interview I saw with Carpenter, he said that pretty much after The Fog, that guy quit acting and just went off, like became a truck driver or something somewhere.
Oh shit! Speaking of Keith,
Hey.
what's up, dude? We're just literally just talking about you.
Already, what was happening?
We were talking about the Assault from Precinct 13 theme. And when you watch that movie, there's not actually even a goddamn assault on Precinct 13. It's like a different precinct. So, like, guys, what the fuck?
Yeah, I still don't understand it.
Yeah, they're in like Precinct 9 or some shit.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous. Yeah. I don't even know if they actually even asked John Carpenter in an actual interview what was the reason behind it. Did he even explain it? Has he ever explained it? I don't know.
I don't know. It jumped right out at me though because, like, I don't know. I was like,
originally going to be called The Siege, and it got renamed.
All right.
No, yeah.
What is it with John Carpenter's movies? They always seem to change. Even Halloween wasn't what it was meant to be called. The Babysitter Killers or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are you all doing tonight?
Good, man. How are you doing?
I'm great. Yeah, we just finished watching The Commitments. Probably the greatest Irish movie ever made.
I actually have not seen that one.
Wow.
Came out.
Wow. No, I thought with like you being a big music fan, Ben, I thought you would have seen that film.
I think when it came out, I was not a big fan of that particular style of music, though.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like when it came out in the 90s or like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I've not seen it either.
Wow. It really paints your. I was just watching it myself and Ellen were watching it tonight, and we were just saying that it really paints Ireland in a very bad light.
Does it?
And you see how bad things were in the early 90s. It just looked like an absolute shithole.
Well, I mean, fuck, if you watch like Jason Takes Manhattan, you'd think New York is a goddamn place that has toxic waste in the sewers at midnight every night. So just like
what the hell?
Toxic waste laying
I always wondered, not just the toxic waste in the sewer, but what was that green shit in the barrel he drowned that guy in? That looked like toxic waste too.
Exactly. They just had it on the street for like the junkies to dip people in.
It's the same universe that the Toxic Avenger come from, I guess. That's
right. Yeah.
Open barrels of nuclear waste just sitting on a truck. So,
well, back in the 80s, that was another big concern, right?
What was?
Yeah, I love the toxic waste movies of the 70s and the 80s. I just love that.
I can see where this might be going.
Street trash again. Yeah. There's so much fun. Class of Nukem High and Toxic Avenger. And, well, hell, even Ticks falls in that. I'd put that in that same kind of mutated something. The giant monster movies of the 50s and 60s. It's just instead of radioactive fallout from a bomb, it was the liquid chunky stuff sitting around now.
Did I see? I don't know if I'm probably wrong, but did I actually see that film, the Ticks? Did it come out in 4K?
Yeah.
Yes. Hang on a second.
I ordered it last week and I have not heard anything about it.
No, neither. I didn't. I only found out today that it was actually available in 4K.
Yeah, Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, definitely gonna pick that up. Oh wow!
There you go.
Also a nice hard box.
Wow!
It's a nice hard box that has Clint Howard on the back.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
And then
and
the DVD has a slip cover as well.
Oh man!
And the cover art's reversible to the old or the new.
Right.
And Vinegar Syndrome just put it out.
Yeah.
Right. So did I see that right? There's a slip cover to a slip cover.
Yeah. Well, it's a hard box. It's a slip cover and a hard box.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the Halloween movies, right?
Well, the Halloween never came with a slip cover.
Oh, did it not? Okay.
No.
They got a hard cover but no slip cover.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have any hard box slip cover combos. I mean, other than like the sort of the one click stuff that's all, multiple full slips in a hard box.
So from the Vinegar Syndrome, I've got that 6-string Samurai set that was a slip cover in a big box. Like the box almost closes like a book.
Right.
It sits in there with a poster and maybe something else.
I think Phil just showed some movies that he got. Summer of '84, I think it had a hard box and then a slipcase.
Oh wow!
I ordered that one too.
Yeah.
I just saw on Vinegar Syndrome put out a WNUF Halloween special. Have any of you guys seen that?
Yeah.
No.
I loved it, man. It has a super weak third act, but it's a super fun ride. It's like basically if you just popped like someone recorded an evening of like
Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah, Unsolved Mysteries or some shit, but it's basically just like a news coverage from the 80s with like advertisements as well dumped in of these people trying to like it's like kind of like you remember when Geraldo Rivera did the Al Capone's Vault video special?
Okay.
Kind of like that, but they're in a haunted house.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, but I thought it was super fun, man. If you like were alive watching TV in the 80s, I think you'll dig it.
Okay.
The story is the way the story is told, I think, is what's great about it, not the story itself.
Okay.
Yeah, I've not seen that. I'm looking at it on IMDb now.
It's on Shudder too, but I saw that Vinegar Syndrome had it, and they still have the limited slipcover version, so I'm gonna get that. So I thought it was fun. I watched it on Shudder while I was working. I don't know, back when I was working, like early October, I believe.
The only thing I've got inbound right now is that Clockwork Orange is on its way from Zabi.
Sorry, Cody, I asked you about that before. Did you get is it the collector's edition box set with the steelbook?
The collector's edition.
Yeah, so it's not just a singular steelbook you're getting. It's the actual box set itself. Right. Okay.
Yeah, with the pins and all that.
Right, I thought it was sold out though.
I ordered it quite a while ago.
Oh, okay.
When you first told me it was available, I jumped on there and ordered it. So. And I figure, I don't know, it's halfway across the Atlantic now, just floating. So.
Yeah, Zabi's horrible.
Yeah.
I did order the Titans of Cult one that's not supposed to get here till December though.
Wow.
Yeah, they just they threw it in the ocean, and I guess Carrier Dolphin will be taking it over.
Was that the Halloween 2018 one?
Say it again.
Which one was that?
That was the Titans of Cult 4K steelbook of A Clockwork Orange that came out.
Did you see the? I sent Cody a picture of the Matrix.
No, I haven't even looked at the Halloween one, to be honest.
The Halloween one's I think it's very bland, but the Matrix looks fantastic.
All right, I'm a big fan of the Matrix. I'll have to look it up.
Oh no, the artwork is absolutely insane, David. The minute I seen it, I instantly sent it to Cody because I know Cody's a fan of the Matrix movies, or the Matrix, the first one that is. So, it's incredible. Definitely looks like it's shaping up to be one of our best.
Oh, I like the pin, the Michael Myers sort of holding the knife up to his face.
Mm.
Yeah.
What do you think of the outer case?
Say again?
What do you think of the outer case for Halloween? I don't know. It looks a bit kind of bland. I don't know.
I like sort of bold graphic things like that. So I think it looks kind of cool. It's kind of also another one of these things where you have to see it in person. If like the light plays off it in like a cool way, then it might be super awesome.
Mm.
But I mean, either way, I'm gonna get it, and it'll be the third fucking time I have a 4K steelbook for goddamn that movie. But
wow.
But what you gonna do?
Oh, you have to.
Is it the trilogy, Keith, or just part one?
No, just the first one.
And who puts it out again?
Titans Occult.
Titans Occult. Okay.
I saw Second Sight's doing that session 9.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it looks really cool too.
Who's this? Sorry, Second Sight.
Yeah, Second Sight.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it looks cool, man. I'm stoked on that one.
I have a collector's edition coming tomorrow of a film now, believe it or not, I have never seen before. That film, The Outsiders.
Oh yeah, okay, that's a classic.
Never seen
it.
You
got the big set they put out.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that.
Yeah, it's a nice set.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how that holds up to like. I mean, back in the day, it was awesome because you had like the Greasers versus the Socias.
Mm.
And like, I mean, that came out in the 80s, mid 80s, maybe. And I think like at the time, at the age and all the star power it had in it, and it was just awesome. And I wonder how it would be if I just saw it for the first time, like tomorrow. You know what I mean? I wonder if
I'll let you know on Monday.
I'll be curious, man.
It's some cast. What a cast! Jesus, unbelievable cast.
Yeah.
Everyone's in that fucking movie. Every goddamn person you can think of.
Swayze,
Tom Cruise is in that bitch.
Macchio,
Ralph Macchio.
Rob Lowe.
C. Thomas Howell.
I think I seen Diane Lane there as well.
Is Matt Dillon in it too?
Matt Dillon.
Yeah.
Then, who's leading the Soch? Isn't it?
Should have been James Spader, but I don't know who it actually is. He's like the leader of the Socias back then.
James Spader. Brilliant.
What's his name? Hang on a second.
Rob Lowe?
Hold on, I'll do a quick Google search.
Emilio Estevez is in it too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm looking up the cast real quick.
So where can I order that Titans Occult? I don't see where it's available.
It's not available yet.
Sorry, I should have actually said to you, David, it's actually not available yet.
Okay.
Oh.
It was just announced.
Rob Lowe, Leif Garrett was leading the Socias.
Okay.
Yeah, his career didn't really.
I mean, it was big in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Tom Waits.
Oh, he's great.
I don't remember him being in it.
He was great in fucking Dracula, man.
Yeah, Renfield.
Yeah.
And that film is directed by Francis Ford Coppola, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
Massive director behind it.
Yeah.
That's a movie I hadn't seen for a long ass time, and I watched it earlier this year. And I sort of forgot like how visually stunning a lot of it was, and like interesting the style choices and stuff.
It looks good in 4K.
And that fucking bat creature was just badass, dude. Yeah. Don't you have a figure of that or a sculpture of that or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, David.
Yeah.
I love that creature design.
Speaking of sculptures, did you just see that Kandarian dagger that Cody put up today?
Yeah.
Oh, I am not kidding you. I spent 3 hours trying my best to get that dagger.
I sent him a.
What's that?
Yeah, it's still available, I thought.
Still available.
Yeah, the bastards won't ship here.
Well, if we find someone other than the goddamn USPS, dude, I'll ship them.
I'm not willing to take that risk at the moment.
I had sent him a photo of my record shelf just to say it's getting kind of full and I'm going to have to rearrange. And he's like, "Yeah, there's a lot there." And then the next message was like, "Wait a minute, is that a fucking Kandarian dagger in the back?"
I don't miss a thing.
Yeah, that was
funny. I the minute we woke up this morning and I instantly knocked on that video. And the first thing I just looked at Ellen and I went, "That's the Christmas present I want this year. That's what I want. I don't want anything else. I want that. I don't care how you have to get it. If you have to swim to America to get it for me, get it."
Yeah, that's pretty big too.
Oh, it's huge. What was the weight like in the Cody? Is it a heavy piece?
It's hefty. Hang on a second.
Is it resin?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
look at that.
There's quite a bit of weight there in the handle. That's
right.
where
Okay.
The bulk of it is, because it doesn't have bad balance really.
Okay.
But I don't know. A couple pounds anyway, I would say.
Okay.
Some heft to it.
Well, the only reason why I ask is because I have the the Evil Dead anthology box that came out in Australia, and you got the dagger with that as well.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's only around a third of the size of that, and even that had a bit of weight to it. So I can imagine what that's like.
I think that's like the actual full scale prop replica.
Yeah.
Of the thing.
Yeah.
And to get the stand with it as well, fantastic.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool that stand was included, because I would have had to make something for it to go on.
No, because he sent me. You're right. He sent me the pictures this morning. And I was like, the minute he sent me the picture, I was like, "Fuck the vinyl! What the fuck is sitting on top of it?" Wow.
You can get. They actually have a Judith Myers tombstone for sale.
I've seen that as well.
Oh, at Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking now just to see if they still have the dagger.
They do.
They do have it.
Yeah.
I put it in my basket today, and of course there's an option for them to ship to Ireland, but they wouldn't give me a quote.
Maybe contact them. Contact them.
Yeah.
I don't see it in the replicas. Where is it?
No, it's weird. I had to type in Kandarian dagger and Trick or Treat Studios.
I just typed in dagger and it pulled it up right away.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm gonna do that. Oh, there it is.
You're gonna piss me off now and buy one, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get 2 of them, dude. So I can do that big thing. I'm gonna buy Judas Tombstone and I'm gonna put those over it. It's gonna be like a big sort of my coat of arms.
Ash has nothing on me.
I mean, that is pretty sweet.
It is. It's incredible.
That's a big one too.
25 inches.
That's what I'm saying. Cody sent me the picture of the box and his wife holding it, and it was nearly bigger than his wife.
Yeah, that box is huge.
Has she asked for a knife yet?
Okay.
Not yet. Not yet.
Christmas is. Oh no! You have Thanksgiving coming soon. Just give it to her.
There you go. I definitely have to go to the turkey.
Here you go. Carve the turkey with that.
But you have to say these 3 words.
Aye.
I saw on Amazon Germany they have that Maniac, the Nameless Maniac bust is in stock. And I was like, I should get that because it's limited. I love that movie. It's a cool thing. But then I was thinking also, I remember watching unboxing videos of that. The box is like a goddamn refrigerator box.
That's right. It's big. Oh, wow.
It's the vampire and the werewolf.
Yeah. I think I saw him in a video where he did like a little more close up of him, and the scope looked cool.
That's what I'm saying. It's weird. We're just mentioning that about Amazon Germany because I don't know what it is with their busts. They never seem to sell out, even though they're meant to be limited to 700 copies.
Well, I mean, that one was sold out for a while, and then it was available again for like the standard price. And I was like, oh, I should pick it up while the picking up is good. But then I was like, the only big bummer about that is the goddamn media book doesn't fit in the bust.
No, I can't. I don't understand that.
That's like kind of a bummer.
It is a bummer.
Is it because it's too long or too wide?
It would have easily fit into the base if they actually just left an opening for it, but they didn't.
But is it because of the length of it or the thickness of it?
It's there's no reason behind the pen. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say to you. The media book would have easily fit into that base.
I know, but when you go to put the media book in, where is it hitting? I guess is my question. Is it because it's too thick or is it because it's too long?
The media book itself.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When you actually see the base of the Maniac, the base of it, it's not too. I'm nearly sure. I have to check it myself, but I'm nearly positive that it would have fit into the base. They just didn't put an opening for it.
Because if it's just a little bit, that's something that I might just like get and open up myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
On how it is.
But Nameless Media have done that numerous times. They've done it numerous times. The Shocker bust that I have, and there's I think it could be Short Circuit. Again, there was no slots for the bit in the bases to put the media book in.
Even the Faces of Death, right? Didn't even come with goddamn DVDs or Blu-rays or anything.
I don't believe
it. It was just the bust on that
just the bust.
Smithsonian Movie Museum. He had one.
Wow. He's actually stopped doing his videos. It's a shame.
Yeah. He has really...
that fella, I have... half of my collection is because of that fella.
Incredible.
Because of that movie room of his.
I guess the next big thing I got coming is that Evil Dead Groovy collection. You ordered that too, didn't you, Dave?
Yeah, I ended up canceling it because I just got that steelbook of Evil Dead 1 and 2, and
I've got everything that's in there. I'm ordering it anyway.
Oh. And I just
like
all the money on the Halloween records. The ones that you showed, Cody, parts 1 through 3. I ordered them from Sacred Bones. I'm just waiting to get them.
I'm still shocked with that box set. I for the life of me, I do not understand why Army of Darkness is not in it.
No idea. And the thing is, Universal has even cooperated with them on the TV show, The Ash versus Evil Dead.
Yeah.
They were avoiding the Army of Darkness storyline for a little while, and then I guess someone talked to them and said, "Hell, go ahead, put it in there."
Yeah.
So you think they'd get along, but
and correct me if I'm wrong as well, but the remake is not in that box set as well, is it?
No, it's part 1, part 2, the TV series. That's it. No remake, no Army of Darkness.
Right.
I should revisit the series. I don't own the series on Blu-ray or anything. I should pick it up and watch it. I just watched them when they first came out.
I bought the set that come with the little bobblehead.
Yeah.
And I watched a couple episodes of it during October. Mainly the one where he goes back to the cabin.
Yeah.
They time travel back to stop him from getting the book, and I watched that one.
That bobblehead set is still at my Best Buy. I see it on occasion.
Yeah, I've seen it in there a time or two since.
Yeah,
I haven't actually seen the 3rd season. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was told, I don't know how it ends, but I was told that even though it abruptly got cancelled, it still has a very satisfactory ending to it.
It has they leave it open, but it also sort of has a resolution.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember.
Okay.
Which is the way you should do it. Like some places, when a series just ends on a cliffhanger, and they're saying, "Oh, well, they gotta renew it," and then it doesn't get renewed, and you're like, "You sons of bitches! Why don't you just fucking
Yeah.
Why are you fucking with us?
I've never seen a show to be so creative. I keep going back to that scene in the morgue. I think it was season 2. I think it was one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in the Evil Dead franchise. I thought it was absolutely incredible.
The one where he gets his head stuck up the corpse's ass. I love it. He's blowing up. Get your dick off my face. Yeah.
Oh shit!
That's too much.
No, don't start me out. I'll start thinking about it now. I'll be laughing all fucking night.
The one that killed me, I don't remember if it was second season or third season, is where he goes to the sperm bank. Did you see that one yet?
I don't think so.
It might have been the third season, but
right.
they like give him a magazine at the sperm bank,
right?
And the girl reaches out of it for him, like the video for "Take on Me." I think "Take on Me" starts playing, and it was so damn funny. Oh, it was good.
Oh god, I need to see that. I actually don't own season 3.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't own any of them.
Wow,
any seasons?
No, because I bought the bust that they brought out, the big massive Ash vs. Evil Dead bust. But it was only the first 2 seasons, even though the media book you do get with Ash, there's actually space for the 3rd season.
Oh, I've seen that bust. I thought it had all of them. It's just that 2.
No, just 2.
Okay.
Is the whole series coming that new Evil Dead set?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I should pick that up.
The other thing about this set too, so it's Evil Dead 1 and 2 on 4K, but then the series is just Blu-ray.
Oh,
yeah.
So.
There's an element of, I don't know, that has this weird kind of, when you see 2 films that are just in 4K, you're missing Army of Darkness. The TV series is not in 4K. Remake. It just seems like it's something that was put together very, very quickly.
Yeah.
It does. It gives you that kind of impression, but it does look nice though.
I thought it looked pretty nice. I just, I'm sort of like, I haven't been super quick on the pre-order draw, and I always end up thinking, okay, I'll pre-order that a little later or something when I'm at the computer or whatever, and then I sort of space it. So I still haven't pre-ordered it, but I do intend on pre-ordering it.
Right.
I saw what was this? What was Cinemuseum putting out, Cody, that you sent?
Oh, Creepshow.
Yeah, that fucking blew my mind.
Yeah, the box set.
That's yeah.
I'm gonna be so pissed if I don't get that, man.
Yeah, I'm fucking gonna sell blood and fucking semen to get that.
Yeah, dude, I've already put my semen out on the market.
That's an absolute must.
Yeah, the security guard was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm gonna put this on your market, dude."
Your eBay account suspended? Is that what happened?
No, it's just me jerking off on the supermarket. And the security guard was like, "Come on, dude."
Yeah, but again, there's not. I kind of got the impression that Creepshow, it's not going to be released anytime soon, though.
No, it's a ways off. So they just teased it.
Yeah, of course they had to.
But I mean, remember when they did The Exorcist, and I was like, I'm really pissed that I didn't get in on that, and there's just no way to .
Yeah, I hope it's not. I hope they don't make that as limited as that Exorcist.
I mean, it's going to be. That's what they do.
Jeez, I hope not.
Like that Dr. Sleep was limited to 200.
The one that the pictures you sent me.
Yeah.
Really serious. Wow.
Yeah, I intended to do a. Hold on, let me grab it. I meant to do a video on it last night. And then I ended up watching movies and shit. I was telling Cody, after you don't make videos for a while, it's kind of hard to break back into the.
No, I get that.
Groove.
Yeah, I get that.
But yeah, this. Let's see, hold on. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, 400.
400.
The Terrifier set was 200.
Oh, okay.
But
Great. It looks great. It looks fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. And it has 2 different steel books in it too, which is cool.
Oh wow!
So two different steel books, like all different sets of cards and shit as well.
Oh, right.
So it should be pretty good. And
It would have been nice. Now it would have been nice if you had The Shining in though.
Yeah,
it would have been.
That would have been pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone will come out with that and take my money. So
yeah, absolutely. I tell you, that's. I said it months ago when I don't know, years ago when I seen that Doctor Sleep. I think it's one of the finest sequels out there.
It's a good one.
It's
so
a good
brilliant.
movie.
Great movie.
I have it. I've only watched the director's cut, and I've only watched it once. It's a pretty long movie.
Yeah,
I did like it, but it would also be cool to revisit it because I just watched it.
It's one of them films that I just, we were watching it, and I remember saying to Ellen, I was like, "Wow, this is how you make a sequel." It never felt like a sequel. It's weird. It's a sequel, but it never felt like a sequel.
Yeah, and they also did some real nice callbacks to the original movie as well.
Oh wow! Some of the actors even got in, to play Jack Nicholson's character. They looked fantastic.
Who the fuck was that actor? He was someone like a child actor back in the day.
He was the kid from E.T.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, is that who it was?
I
didn't know that.
Henry something.
Henry Thomas, is it?
Maybe, I forget. But yeah, it was the E.T. kid. And that is the theatrical cut. It's part of his stuff is much shorter than what was in the director cut, I believe.
Right.
So we went and saw it in theater and really enjoyed it.
I thought it was great.
I got it on disc and watched the director cut and prefer that.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought it was fantastic, but when they went to the Overlook Hotel at the end of it, I was like, I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was the attention to detail.
Yeah.
It was just frightening.
Yeah.
How good it looked.
The layout of the hotel,
yeah,
where staircases, where doorways were, it was all perfect.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I mean, could you imagine if it wasn't though? Like the Shining super fans would be like, "Fuck your movie," you know what I mean?
It was so good.
No, you look, if you're gonna do it, you do it right. You know what I mean? It's like I like the Shining. I'm not the biggest fan of it, and even I would have been pissed off if they didn't get that right.
Yeah,
I really like Ewan McGregor. Anyway, always have. He's a good actor.
Yeah, reliable.
I'll be looking forward to watching that again.
Yeah, and actually, the 4K transfer on that is stunning as well.
Yeah, I think I remember I watched maybe like Horror Hands. I think did a negative review of it, and he didn't like it because he felt like there was not really any suspense because you never felt like the girl was in danger because she was so fucking powerful.
I never got that impression. I never felt like that when I was watching it. Now, I have to admit.
Yeah.
He also, I think, kind of felt like she was a little bit reckless with her power.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
And yeah. So I could see some of what he was saying.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I didn't mind it. I liked it. I thought it was good. It didn't really bother me. I think I watched his review before I actually watched the movie, though.
Oh,
so maybe I also went in with maybe like lower expectations.
Yeah, he probably helped you.
Yeah.
We went to see it, and it was just fun because it was November-ish, I think, when we went to see it, and it started snowing as we got to the theater.
Oh wow!
Nice.
And we came out. There was a bunch of snow, so it just worked.
Wow!
Spooky, dude.
Yeah. It'd be like
watching the elevator opened and all the blood came out. I was like, "Fuck me."
So yesterday morning, it's been frosting here in the morning hard. It's been like 25 overnight. and I'm taking the girls to school, and the sun's coming out, and it's baking off the frost, so everything was kind of foggy. And I said, "It's kind of foggy out." And one of my daughters goes, "We're gonna die. The pirates are gonna get us." I've raised them on the fog.
I actually didn't watch The Fog in October. That's usually like an October movie for me, but I watched a lot of.
Same here. I watched it 2-3 months ago, though.
Yeah, me too.
So
on a day or whatever.
Watch that Halloween night.
I watched Halloween 2, and Trick or Treat, and something before that. I watched a lot of horror movies on Halloween.
I watched 5.
I think I probably watched 5 too, but I don't remember the other 2.
I watched Halloween 1, 2, 3, Trick or Treat, and The Fog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have loved to watch Halloween 3, but I thought they were gonna fuck me up, so I ended up watching it the Saturday before.
Yeah.
Fuckers aren't gonna get it.
You end up getting it.
Yeah. It was cool though. It did look good.
Oh, Cody, I was saying to Ben, I sent Ben a message today. I was worried because I got them 3 deluxe editions coming from Sacred Bones.
Uh-huh.
But what was worrying me was the customs charge that I was going to have to pay in it.
Okay.
So we were trying to work out the customs charge, how much it was going to cost, and we were kind of working it out at around. I thought it was going to work out around €55, maybe €60.
Wow.
So I got an email yesterday. Now, don't ask me what happened or what went wrong, but the customs charge was €4.20.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we instantly paid it as soon as it came in. So they've nothing now on me.
Pay it before they figure it out.
Yeah.
I watch The Fog. I don't know that I always watch it on a particular date, but I watch it pretty consistently, like at least annually. I love that movie. And a lot of times it's good it's even just good in the background, on doing other shit.
I'm very strange. I if I'm sitting down and I'm having a couple of drinks, I always have a kind of go-to movie at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And normally it consists of, it's weird, it's either Escape from New York, The Fog, The Burbs, or Vamp. So I actually watch them films consistently during the year.
I could watch Escape from New York at any time. I think I love that movie.
Yeah.
Such a good soundtrack too.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, The Fog and Halloween are my 2 most revisited Carpenter movies.
Yeah. I think that's probably accurate for me too.
I was actually meant to talk to you, Dave. I was meant to send you a few messages. So you were very happy with Halloween Kills from the looks of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I enjoyed it. But I had problems with it as well.
It's not perfect, but it was still enjoyable.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it. It got me very excited for the last one.
Yeah.
It has.
The whole Tommy Doyle thing was a fiasco, but the rest of the movie was pretty good.
Do you think it's actually helped you as well, the fact that you didn't see a trailer to it?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the trailer spoiled anything for me in particular.
Well, in all fairness, now it showed every day.
It showed a lot. I mean,
it showed some of them.
It showed a lot of them,
but it also didn't ruin the deaths for me.
No.
I remember seeing the fluorescent light bulb death was in the trailer. One of the trailers I saw.
Firefight stuff as well.
Yeah.
I guess they showed the flashback, so you knew there was going to be a flashback. But that also doesn't really spoil it particularly for me. You know what I mean?
I still can't believe that
park scene, right? It showed Nurse Marianne getting pulled out and all that, and I don't know. That was kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think maybe I have a bad enough memory.
Yeah, exactly. I still don't even remember that they showed that in the trailer.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking now. I'm like, did they show that? I remember seeing the light bulb, but Yeah.
Ben says he didn't watch the trailer and he felt like it helped him out when he saw it.
Okay.
He was surprised about Loomis. Yep. And
I'll say this much about the light bulb kill too. I've broke fluorescent bulbs before.
Yeah,
and they just completely fucking shatter.
That's like a fragile ass thing. Like, you could have just like blown on it and would have been like dust.
You don't just get the last 2 inches knocked off of it.
And all of a sudden it's like a goddamn weapon. It's like it wouldn't even break the skin, probably just like shatter upon touching your neck.
It cut you.
Yeah, exactly.
Not them.
And I'll tell you, every cop in that movie, I hope now that they're brought to like some sort of sharpshooting range or something like that, because I've never seen cops that miss Michael Myers so much during that movie.
Yeah.
It actually ended up a woman at the end of it, and she had to be around 4 feet from him.
Yeah.
He also got shot a bunch of times too, so he also didn't get missed. Like even if they hit him, it's like what the fuck? Who cares, right?
I still can't believe that the Donald Pleasance. I couldn't believe that wasn't CGI. The night we watched it, I turned around to Ellen and I went, he looked okay. It didn't look that great now. I thought the CGI looked a bit poor on him, and then I found out the next day he wasn't CGI at all.
It's a guy,
yeah. But it was. I'll tell you one thing. That put the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah, I thought it was
to see him back.
Yeah,
and
me
I
too.
hope we see more of him in the next one.
In fact, I was grinning ear to ear just because you heard him before you saw him. You heard him outside, and I love Donald Pleasance. I always have, and shot him 6 times, all that, But watch Escape from New York. When they get in that little shitty car that the bad guys took the engine out of, you hear Donald Pleasance for just a second go. There's this little weird whine that
I know exactly the bit you're going on with. Yeah.
And I just have always loved him. The Great Escape, Fantastic Voyage, anything he's in.
Here's a question for you. I just it never really dawned on me because I grew up watching Halloween and everything. But when I was watching it this time, I'm like, why is Dr. Loomis so concerned about Michael Myers? Like, he's never heard him talk about anything disturbing. Like, he's just been basically catatonic. So why does he think he's so fucking evil? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He stabbed his sister?
He's just like a dick or something. Yeah, but I mean, he was a kid. Like, and basically Loomis is like holding a grudge over his goddamn sister. I did like in Halloween Kills when the gay couple was telling the Michael Myers story, and he says Michael Myers stabbed his sister in the tits. I was like, that's the best description I've ever heard of that.
I don't know about any of you, but when I went to see that Halloween Kills, and I thought some of the best scenes in it was when they went back to 78.
Yeah, they were great.
And I would actually love to see a full movie.
A remake. I want to see
of that. Of what they showed. I would love to see a full movie of that.
Except they end up like casting Rob Zombie as the director or some shit.
Oh no, okay, in that case I don't want to see it. I thought they'd done such a great job. It felt like Halloween 78. They really done a great job with it. And I would love to see it.
Yeah, that was the other thing on that too. The attention to detail. Just the way the glass was shaped on the broken window with the rain gutter. Yeah. I was like, oh, that is so good. Yeah.
Perfect.
The thing that always makes me laugh watching Halloween now is Laurie stabs him in the neck with that sewing needle, and it incapacitates him for a while, yet he can get shot 6 times at point blank range. And
it's like, I'm out.
Phases him.
Yeah.
And then when he stabs her and misses her and just scrapes her arm.
I totally was thinking that. I was like, how much do you suck? And then later on the couch, I'm like, dude, what kind of killer are you, you fucking amateur? Like point blank, and you're going to like cut her shirt? The fuck? Kind of weird. But I mean, these are things like I never really questioned growing up because I was just like, that's fucking...
It is weird though.
Boogeyman, dude. That's fucking like insanely terrifying. Fuck this. I don't care.
It is weird when you think about it. Like 2 attempts to stab her.
Yeah.
And he missed. But yeah, she got she got him a fucking knitting needle and a
Yeah.
coat
Coat
hanger.
hanger.
Not only that, but he lost consciousness from just getting stabbed in the neck. Like,
Yeah. And I wouldn't mind when he pulls it out. You can just hear that little pop sound. That you can just tell that it really went in like around.
yeah.
Like it.
I know he's like, damn, I'm sleepy. I haven't slept since the escape.
I just walked. Yeah, I just walked across the street.
I've done a lot of
I'm
stalking
gonna
today
have a
on
lie
an empty
down here.
stomach. I only ate a little bit of the dog, so this is some bullshit. No wonder he was like hangry the whole time.
See that explains the 4 years gap now in the next one.
Yeah, see?
Because he's gonna have to recover big time after what happened to him at the end of that.
I also, when I was watching Halloween 2, I'm like, now why the fuck is she why is she strapped to a goddamn gurney, okay, taking an ambulance to the hospital for like a cut arm, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what, like, just walk or like, I don't know, just hop in the
her
back
ankle
seat
was
or
broke.
some shit.
Her ankle was
Fall over
broke.
the banister.
I guess. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe don't walk, but do you really need to get secured to a fucking gurney and then be like, don't put me to sleep? It's like, you got a sprained ankle. Like, can you imagine if someone, like, if you were with someone?
We got to put a Band-Aid on your arm. We're going to put you out for that.
Can you imagine, like, if like your wives or fiance or whatever, like, sprained their ankle and, like, had a, like, paper cut on their arm? They're like, call the ambulance. You'd be like, what? I need a gurney. This is bullshit. Don't put me to sleep, though.
that Halloween 2 makes me laugh because when you actually sit down and watch it with Ellen,
Yeah.
you know, Michael Myers can, like, you know, punch her a bloody needle into someone's temple. But
Right.
yeah, the scene where Laurie is being put out,
Right.
where you see them taking the blood over, she can't watch it. She can watch any other scene in that movie, bar the scene where they're taking the blood out of her arm. She has to turn away. She does. It's too real. It's too real.
I mean, I love Halloween too. I'm not talking about it, but I just, when I was watching it this time around, I was just thinking about all these things.
David, you had it low on your list, didn't you?
What did you say?
David, you had it. I think it's like 5, was it?
Yeah, I had it at 5.
Wow.
I don't know. The characters I don't connect with as much as I do as the original Halloween.
Well, there was no character development in most of the victims in that. They were just fodder lined up for him to kill.
Yeah. They tried their best with Jimmy in it.
Yeah.
But you still didn't give a shit.
You know what else I was watching Halloween 2 when the security guard is going to like the little sheds and shit?
Yeah.
Like, here, like, is someone in there? Meanwhile, it's locked from the fucking outside, so of course there's not anyone in there, dumbass. Like just leave it locked or like redo the lock and fucking just go home or whatever.
Maybe it was
like he's like, is someone in there? I'm gonna unlock this shit that's like clearly secured from the outside.
It was Mr. Fantastic.
That's what it was. Yeah, he like stretched out and shit, went under the door. His Nightcrawler was in there. I don't know why I was so fucking critical when I was watching Halloween this time.
Maybe you were hangry.
That's probably what it was, dude. I didn't take a fucking like a proper nap.
I was doing that through. It's funny you said that because when we were watching Halloween 3, I was doing it. Like I've seen that film 100 times, more than 100 times. Yeah. But just for some strange reason, the last time we watched it, I was nitpicking.
Yeah, right.
At things in it. Where I got to the point where Ellen literally had to turn around and tell me to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're spoiling it. Shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, Buck's song "Amazing Grace" stood on my face. He was an amazing lyricist. Me and David were talking about lyrics last night. I mean, that guy is top 10. Yeah, I guess there really was no like character development for any of those people. Even the dude who slips in his own blood, who's like
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy's kind of like a weird, awkward, like creeping into like what's her face and watching her while she's like all knocked out. Like, I mean, it's sort of sweet when you're watching it, but then you're also like, dude, what?
Yeah, it's like she's a junior, and how old is he?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Ellen said it to me when we watched the last, and she was like, "Is Jimmy dead at the end of that?" And I was like, "Let's fucking hope so." You know, that's the way I look. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I know on one of the discs there is an alternate ending.
That's
where
right.
He's in the ambulance with her,
Is that
like
the TV
bad
cut?
concussion. Or
Yeah,
something.
does a Michael Myers not wake up? Am I right in saying that? No, I might be wrong. Is there not a scene where the two of them are in an ambulance together and fucking Michael Myers is in the ambulance with them?
Not that I
I might-
remember.
I might be wrong. I might be thinking of something else.
You might
That
be
was,
thinking of
H2O.
Halloween H2O.
No.
And it wasn't actually Michael Myers, so
yeah.
He was the ambulance driver. Yeah.
Could you imagine how proud the writers must have felt when they wrote that?
oh yeah.
I'm gonna
They're
say,
like, oh, dude.
Just
Yeah.
it does help explain that moment where
Yeah, it's
Michael
like-
kind of wakes up and does this.
Yeah.
But if you wake up and you can't talk and you have a mask on, you pull the fucking mask off. You don't.
Well, yeah. It explains that bit. It doesn't explain the bit where he got thrown through a fucking window screen and then she plowed him with the fucking van.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did, but apparently I watched like the making of, and apparently that was already all written and shit
Really?
in advance, or like they
Wow.
knew that he was coming back, and they told the Michael Myers to actually act, you know, because that's why he does that where he touches his head, because they knew that they had to like leave it open or some shit.
Or
I thought
maybe
that-
I'm missing the detail where Michael glued the mask onto that ambulance
Stapled.
driver's
Right.
head.
Crazy glue. Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like something they would say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's. I don't think so. I think if that was planned, they could have done it a hell of a lot better.
But
You know,
they actually, I mean, what's his name? Mustafa Akkad, like very clearly never wants Michael Myers to actually die, right? So that's part of like his,
That's right.
his whole thing.
Yeah.
And then like, so, and they knew there was going to be a next one because they had Jamie Lee Curtis on contract for the next film, you know? So she was forced to do it, basically.
One thing that's funny, you go back to Halloween 2, you know, with the special features and stuff on the DVDs. Watch like the documentary for Halloween 2. No one wanted to make that damn movie. When they,
Yeah. No, you're right.
They all hated it. I'm watching this. I'm like, these are the people who made one of my favorite sequels, and they're
Right.
shitting all over.
Yeah, I know.
They're
I
like,
know.
yeah, I didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. I was suing John Carpenter. He had no interest.
John Carpenter just treated it as like a kind of a paycheck, wasn't it? Basically.
Pretty much. He
Yeah.
wrote it real quick. He did. He didn't even score that one, right? He gave the scoring to Alan Howarth.
Yeah, that's. I think he did. Did he not do it with him?
Maybe
They're
in
both
conjunction a little bit, but
Yeah.
it sounded like Howarth did a
Yeah.
lot of it on that one.
I thought he'd done a good job with the
That's a
soundtrack.
good one.
Yeah.
I do enjoy that one.
Mm.
I mean, I thought everyone did a pretty good job in that movie in general.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a well-loved sequel.
I'm like Cody. I do. I seen that documentary you're talking about, and it does break your heart when you actually watch everyone absolutely shitting over probably my favorite sequel of all time.
Yeah.
And it's it's actually rough to watch.
But I mean, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
I mean, I can like Jamie Lee Curtis didn't want to get sort of like stuck doing horror movies only, right? And I think she's like was conscious of that.
But you know as well as I do as well. Like they're bringing out this next Halloween Dies, and you all know as well as I do that in 10 years' time they're going to be like, oh, we're bringing the Halloween back, and we're going to ignore the last trilogy to come out.
Oh yeah,
we're going to continue on from the sequel.
It's
The
not gonna
original
take 10
sequel or
years,
something.
it's not going to take 10 years. It'll be like 2 years from now.
Yeah.
4 years, yeah.
But if Jason Blum is behind it, it's
Yeah,
definitely
exactly.
happening.
Well, David Gordon Green's moving on to The Exorcist after this.
Yeah.
A trilogy of all things.
There
I
is
guess
something.
he's a horror trilogy dude now. That's like his thing, the horror remake trilogy guy.
Is that what he's doing with The Exorcist? Did he say that it's going to be a trilogy?
That's what I heard.
Wow. And what way is he doing it? Is he are they ignoring the sequels again?
Hopefully, the Heretic was bad.
Yeah.
I've never seen The Heretic, actually.
That's god awful.
That's what I've heard, but I wonder if it's so god awful that I would like. I've heard that so much over the years that I watch, and I'm like, man, it wasn't too bad.
Which one's the Heretic?
Exorcist 2.
2. Okay, I know. I haven't seen 2 in a long time. I remember liking 3 though. When I watched it.
It was okay.
Great. Yeah, 3's good. I even liked the prequel. I liked it.
Yeah. I was just literally going to say that. I thought they'd done a great job with it.
Yeah.
Which one do you prefer now? The Dominion or the beginning?
The beginning.
Because they bought 2 versions of it out.
The beginning.
Yeah, the beginning.
Yeah, with the female.
Yeah.
I saw that when it first came out, but I think I saw the Dominion version. So I don't know if I even saw the other one.
Oh, the other one's great. I thought it was great. I loved it.
Yeah, it'll be. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
There's a few films like that coming out. Like I'm very excited about this Salem's Lot remake that they're doing. There's a lot of talent behind that movie, and I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with it.
That's a movie that could really benefit from a remake, I think.
Yeah.
I watched Salem's Lot again recently, and it was boring as fuck. In my opinion.
Wow! I definitely wouldn't go that bad.
There's no Barlow like as a character. Like he's not even a character. He's a cool design that like comes in like I don't know. There's no character development for him, right? All you have is like his henchman.
Yeah.
And then you have a creepy ass kid scene, which was really cool.
Yeah.
But it was the pacing was like I don't know. I guess I sort of feel that same way with It. Maybe it's just like those early like horror miniseries things that just like don't have enough teeth or some shit. I don't know. I don't like the It miniseries either.
No, I'm not a big fan of it.
I didn't mind it. I minded, but I thought the remake of it was far better. If I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, I agree. I think overall I was just bothered by some of the casting on the old one.
John Boy Walton.
Yeah. And
Harry from Night Court.
And I thought he was decent in the role, but
I like John Ritter.
John Ritter was good in it.
Yeah.
Trying to take that, I think, and do it on network TV versus an R-rated movie, I think was a mistake.
But that's what also happened with Salem's Lot, right? That was a TV series too.
That's right.
And also, I haven't seen the new Stan series, but I hate the old one. Always have.
Yeah. Good cast on it again. Gary Sinise, Rob Lowe. So a great cast in the movie. But,
Gary Sinise was good in there.
Yeah.
But why the hell? Who picked Molly Ringwald? I wanted to know. So,
absolutely.
Who's responsible for that?
Yeah.
One thing I did, I like Gary Sinise, but I always kind of thought, Ed Harris is in it at the beginning as the general.
Yeah.
Ed Harris would have made a great Stu. I thought.
Absolutely.
So
I have a lot of time for Ed Harris. I think he's a fantastic actor.
Wasn't Ed Harris in Needful Things?
That's right, Joe.
Yeah.
He was Sheriff Pangborn in that, and did a great job.
Fucking great job in that movie.
Mm-hmm. He's an actor who I always thought wasn't in enough stuff.
No. No.
What
The Abyss as well. I thought he was great in The Abyss.
Who's involved in the new Salem's Lot project? You said there was a lot of talent.
James Wan is behind it.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's the person that's directing it is the director of Annabelle Creation.
I like that.
So I think it's the director of that, and then James Wan is producing and writing it.
Did you see *Malignant*, Keith?
No.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you why. I'm getting fucked up hearing about this movie at the moment, and it's because my brother is at me big time over it.
Yeah.
So
I loved it, dude. But I can totally see why you would hate it if you watched it and hated it.
No, he turned around and he said to me just yesterday, He says, now when you watch that movie, when is it coming out? And I said, it's out in the end of November. And he was like, grand. Now when you do it and you do a video on it, because I know you're going to do a video on it, make sure you say in that video that your brother got you into that movie. And it was because of your... No. And I said, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's no problem. I said, but there's a good chance I could watch this movie and do a video on it and turn around and say it was because of my dipshit brother that why I watched this heap of crap.
I mean, you might... because, like, it's... I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but it's a lot different than his other movies.
Look, I was told if you're a fan of Dario Argento, you're going to love this movie, and that's what I'm going by. A lot of people told me that it feels like a Dario Argento movie, and if there's even half of that is true, then that's fine by me.
I can't really say anything without spoiling it, so I won't. But it is. I think if you can accept it for the movie that it is, then it's a very fun watch. I guess.
I had a lot of fun watching it. Abby watched it with me.
I did too, and
I think she had a good time as well. So
it's not really a spoiler, but there's
David's like
there's some goofiness on it.
Don't think too hard. I think
okay.
But there's some goofiness in it, but at the same time, it's treated in such a way that I personally was like 100% on board for it. Like at a certain point, I had like the biggest smile on my face for the rest of the film.
This Bones.
This is the weird thing about this movie, because everyone that's told me about it are all saying the exact same things you're saying. You're not saying nothing about the movie.
I mean, that's an art form, dude. I'm impressed that no one's ruined it.
I'm kind of there, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What is actually happening in this? I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things that, that you're not getting my hopes up for it. You know what I mean? It's not like you're getting it's something. I'm just intrigued. That's it. I'm intrigued.
I feel like the way I want to talk about it for someone who hasn't seen it is a strong recommendation with a caveat. This movie is fucking awesome, and you probably will hate it. Or you might hate it.
Okay.
But I absolutely loved it.
I'm looking forward to it. I am. Look, it's James Wan. I'm a huge fan of James Wan.
But it's also a totally different thing than he's ever done before.
Oh, but he directed Death Sentence. I fucking love that movie. And that's not a James Wan movie. Let's face it.
I've actually never seen that one either.
Oh wow!
I need to check that one out still. Yeah.
Wow, that's a great movie. Great movie. It's kind of like a Death Wish movie.
Yeah. Okay.
That kind of vigilante sort of thing. Yeah.
It sounds familiar. Who's in
it? Kevin Bacon.
Okay.
It's just his son gets killed at the start of it, and he basically goes after the people that killed his son.
Did you like Aquaman?
No. I just don't want to be.
I wasn't a big fan of Aquaman either.
I think James Wan is a horror director, and he should stick to horror.
I think also Aquaman was just like a giant spectacle, right? So like, but it also just felt like I was watching a cartoon the whole time.
It was better than I thought it was going to be, because Aquaman.
Well, also when I saw it, dude, it was hyped up like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I was the same.
Yeah, like everyone was like, "This is possibly the greatest movie ever made in the history of movies." I don't know if Brad's still watching, but Brad loved it, and he was like, "This is like the greatest superhero movie to date." So I was very hyped up on it when I saw it. So maybe that was why. Same with Shazam.
I'm gonna put a bold statement out there about that movie. I actually preferred Suicide Squad over that movie.
The new one?
No, the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. I did
the new one over it, I would say.
I like the original Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I didn't care much for the new one at all.
Yeah.
I like the new one a lot more than the old one.
You see, your man, this James Gunn, he's starting to become a bit kind of. His films are becoming very goofy. I've noticed that with him now. He's trying to put what he's done with Guardians of the Galaxy. He tried to put it into this movie. That's what the kind of impression that I'm getting with this new Suicide Squad.
That's his jam. I mean, he did like Slither too. Like, I mean,
Yeah, that is a great movie. That I have to give credit. That is a great
And
movie.
it's also kind of goofy, right? So
I know you're right. Absolutely,
yeah.
no question. But the thing about Slither as well is it has that old school 80s feel to it as well.
Yeah.
And that as well. That's a great movie.
Last time I watched Slither, Abby happened to walk through somewhere towards the end, when it's getting really slimy and gore, and that's the stuff she hates.
Okay.
She just kind of, and she knew I was going to watch something that was gory, so she didn't want to get involved, but she just walked through and looked at it and went, What are you watching? I was like, this is Slither. She's like, well, I'm glad I didn't watch it. And off she goes,
So I presume she's not a fan of H.P. Lovecraft then?
No, nothing.
Yeah, because that's
not
the kind
many
of
things with
Yeah,
tentacles,
Yeah, I kind of got that impression at the end of it. The end of Slither, I kind of felt a bit like a kind of a body horror movie.
Yeah.
That's the end of it, So
Did you guys see Super?
No,
dude, that movie was awesome.
Yeah, I haven't. I was told by so many people to watch it, and I never got around to it.
It's I think it's a really good sort of like I thought it was super awesome. It's like really dark, but also like very starkly funny in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But it's darker than you think it's going to be, and I like that about it. But that's another James Gunn one. But I thought it was really cool.
I have to watch that. I have to watch it.
Kevin Bacon's in that one too, actually.
That's right. Yeah.
Marco Rooker is too.
Yeah, of course he is.
And Dwight Schrute.
Yeah, Rainn Wilson.
Rainn Wilson, yeah.
Did I hear Liv Tyler as well? I might be wrong with that.
Yeah,
is Liv Tyler? It is.
Ellen Page as well.
Yeah.
Actually, Elliot Page now, but back then, Ellen Page.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna hop off here.
Well, we're pretty much getting. I guess it's 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
We'll go talk to Sam a little bit before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Thanks for hosting the night, man.
Get to take your clocks back.
Yeah.
Oh, why is that happening for you tonight?
Tuck those back.
Yeah.
Take those
Well,
clocks
what happened last weekend with over here?
It's weird, like, and the UK is also different still, even, I believe.
No, UK is the same.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's just different than here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some states here don't even set their clocks back. Like, I think Arizona doesn't even set their clock back.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to stop it over here.
And over here, they don't do it by the whole state. Like, different counties can make up their own mind.
What?
And there was a period of time for about a year or so where, like I said, I got a 30-minute drive to work.
Yeah.
I lived in one county and worked in another that observed it different. So it was a fucking time travel every day, and it screwed up doctor appointments and whatever, because I had to run around with 2 watches on is how it felt.
That's weird. I never heard that.
Work time and home time. Yeah, well, even now I go down to Evansville down south to go shopping. Evansville is still in the state of Indiana, but it's an hour behind us.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, pretty soon it will be exactly on time.
There you go.
Well, there you go. You'll catch up. Well, guys, thanks a lot. Anyone in the chat still watching? All 1 to 3 of you. Thank you. Always a pleasure, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Happy days. Thanks for having me, Ben.